Hello, people. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Delilah. I know I pushed the stream back a little bit. Did it run away? Did what run away? Hello, everybody. I know I pushed the stream back to 6:15, but I, by the skin of my teeth, managed to get here on time. I don't know how, but I did. I was actually First things first, hold on. Before I start getting all over the place. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? I need to get through some housekeeping really quickly, and then we can get into the topic. Teddy's topic, actually. Hey, Teddy, what's up? What's up? So, I need a couple of things. I need a sound check. I did not get the ring light, Nicole. My dad is trying to get it for me now. I did not get it. I need a sound check, and I need a quality check. Oh, I guess I just answered my own question. Well, I know I can hear myself, but how is the picture? I am in our temporary housing situation while the cleanup happens for the fire, so I'm testing out the Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's strong enough to do any streaming. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Rita. Hello, hello. Rita, did you see that you got gifted a membership? I don't know. It happened a couple of streams back, but I don't know if you ever noticed. Okay. So if I look good and I'm coming in clear. Okay. All right. Cool. Quality. All right. So good. Wi-Fi is giving pretty strong. So I'm in the boonies, which my dad's house is in the boonies, the one that had the fire and the water damage. It's in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Thank you, Jen, for being Venetian for 3 months, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. So while that's being cleaned up, we're just like literally up the road at a temporary house, and I wasn't sure what the internet connectivity was going to be like. So it looks like it is cool. It is good to go. Now, I did not, right before I was about to go live, I realized I didn't have any light in this room, and I couldn't find my little selfie light. So I'm like, oh, I'm back in South Carolina. I have a ring light at my dad's house, but he's been moving stuff around. I had no idea where it was. So he told me it was in a shed, and when I went to go get it, it was like 7 feet above my head. I couldn't reach it, so he went back to get it for me. I told him it could wait, but he didn't want to listen. He went back. So if y'all see him walk in, he's probably gonna be bringing me my light. Oh, you're welcome, Rita. So hello, everybody. Hello, Holly. Hey, Jen. Hey, Nicole. Hey, 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 hey. How is everybody doing? As y'all come in and say hello to each other and let me know how you all have been doing, I'm gonna just sort of kind of get into the topic, or a prequel to the topic. Oh, and as you're coming in, shut up, Jen. He's taken by me. As y'all come in, please like the stream. Please, please, please hit the like. It helps with the algorithm, okay? It lets YouTube know that I'm popping, okay? I'm popping, I'm popping, I'm popping, all right? So Teddy asked about this topic as far as body positivity goes. So hopefully he's free and can participate with us. If you sent me a video to review or a topic to cover, if it requires me to have my computer so that we can react to a video, I'm not in a position to do that yet because I need to get my desk set up. And also I wanted to test out the streaming capability for the Wi-Fi. So give me like another week or so because I'll be on a house sit in a few days back in North Carolina, and then I'll be in a better position to do a StreamYard type live. Okay? So body positivity. I'm gonna just come out and say it. Body positivity is fake. Debunk me. Prove me wrong. Okay? So let me get to Teddy's post in my community so that we can set the foundation for why we're actually talking about this, because his question or his comment is the jumping off point. Hey, Delilah. Did I say hey to Delilah already? Hey, girl. Hey, girl. So Teddy says, can we have a convo on what it means to be body positive? I see a lot of people get upset when their favorite celebs lose weight, and I don't think when their favorite celeb loses weight, and I don't think that's right. Okay? So that's the premise that we're springboarding off from. All right? Now, y'all know I'm easily triggered. Y'all, I think I've already shared kind of how I feel about. Oh, there he is. I see him pulling back up. I wonder if he has my light. If he does, I'm not gonna have time to plug it up. Hold on. Should I leave or should I wait for him to bring it in here? I'm not sure. I'll be right back. Let me should I leave y'all? See, this is different. On stream, y'all, I could just give y'all a little bit of Darlene and give y'all like a little bit of a commercial break. But I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm a little dirty because I was at the house digging through more debris and shit. So if y'all see dust on my butt or anything, don't look, okay? Alright, I'll be right back. All right, I'm sorry. I got my light, but I'm not gonna put it together. It's in pieces. So, okay, I just didn't want him walking in disrupting my stream and thirst trapping for Jen. That's what I didn't want. We can keep ourselves company. Okay, all right. Sorry. I know. I trust you guys to talk amongst yourselves and do whatever you need to do. Okay. So body positivity. Body positivity. Can we really quickly answer the question in so many words, depending on how much y'all feel like typing? What do you think body positivity means? What do y'all think it means? Maybe, I love giving y'all the AI definition of stuff. Maybe I should look it up. Even though I doubt whatever AI tells us is going to be like what body positivity means now. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what AI has to say. Okay. Cap. So, body positivity is a social movement and mindset that promotes accepting and loving all bodies regardless of size, shape, appearance, or other characteristics, challenging societal beauty standards and fostering inclusivity and self-worth for everyone. It encourages self-love, appreciation for a body's abilities, and a positive relationship with one's physical self. Would we agree with that? The quote-unquote move, see, Delilah, I think how you would define it based on the movement and how you would define it in principle are two different things. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking how you would define it in principle and how you would define the movement are two different things, because I think that I'm sorry, Scott. What happened to Scott? What did I miss? Okay. I must have missed something. I'm sorry. Right. So in terms of the movement, because define it in terms of the movement, because or what it means to you. How about that? Because I would say that body positivity is subjective. I would say that it's subjective. I don't think the definition in principle, it would be nice if that was true, but I don't think the movement allows for the principle definition, if that makes sense. Jen, get out them bushes. What is with you and driving in bushes, girl? Stay on the road. Calamity says I would agree because the movement doesn't allow for people to decide how they want to live in their bodies if they change their minds. You better go ahead, Calamity. I'm not really good at snapping, but I'm trying. You better go ahead, Calamity. Let me just say, you guys know I'm high energy, and I'm not necessarily going to apologize for that. It's just more of like a, don't question it, just kind of roll with it, okay? I don't have a lot of patience for this topic. The idea is great. I will put it that way. That's a great way to put it. Okay, let's back up. So when Teddy says people are getting upset with the celebrities, their favorite celebrities, when they decide to lose weight, was that the word that he used? What word did he use? Yes, I see a lot of people get upset when their favorite celebrity loses weight. Now, my title says that the fat acceptance cult ruined body positivity. I would say that body positivity in principle started out as being for all body types, whether you have vitiligo, whether you have a disability, whether you are in a bigger body, a smaller body, a taller body, a shorter body, a darker body, a lighter body, like a skin tone or whatever. That's what I would say in principle, that's what it started as, appreciating the skin that you're in. It has since been co-opted by fat acceptance. And there is a sense of gatekeeping that title or that energy for only bigger bodied people. And on top of that, antagonizing those that aren't in bigger bodies or those that have been in bigger bodies and decided to not be in a big body anymore. Am I on track or am I reaching? Am I on track or am I reaching? Now, is it wrong to say that, like, the way that a movement started out originally is like dead, so there's like no point in even talking about it? What would be a good example of this? I don't want to get political. I got to think of a good example. I don't want to. I was about to give a political example, but that would just trigger some people, so I don't want to do that. I don't know. Health at every size. Okay, perfect. I was trying to figure out what HAES means. Health at every size. I always say health at any size. Health at every size. Okay. So in principle, right? Health at every size. No, see, that's not a good example for me because health at every size is flawed too. Repeat the question. The question is, okay, if a movement starts out one way, but then it gets co-opted and what would you say, like perverted or taken advantage of to the point where the original message is no longer applicable or no longer acknowledged, is it appropriate to say that original meaning is moot, right? Hi, Lori. So what I'm saying is, if health at every size started out about being for everyone and it has now been co-opted by health at every size and or fat acceptance, because I get that those are two different movements and they get merged together because a lot of them are the same people. That's why. Is it appropriate to say that fat acceptance or health at every size has like co-opted the movement of body positivity? So much so that if you choose not to be in a bigger body, you are not body positive. I'm asking like 15 questions at once. You can tell it's been a minute since I've been live, okay? Let's break this down. Is it fair to say that there are a lot of people, or the energy of the body positivity movement is heavily skewed toward bigger people? Is that fair? Let's start there. Let's start there. Hi, New Swag. Hello. Hi, Scott. Hello. Hello, hello. Is it fair to say that the body positivity movement is heavily skewed toward those in bigger body? Okay, Nicole says yes. All right. So is it fair to say that if you no longer choose to be in a bigger body, or if you've never had a bigger body and don't want one, you are not body positive. I got one credit union started in the 19th century. What? Delilah, what are we, what happened with credit? I'm so confused. Okay. You talking about principles. Okay. All right. Okay. Got you. Okay. All right. Okay. So, is it fair to then call out those that are gatekeeping body positivity? I say yes, and that's why this is not about Tess Holiday, but she's one of the ones. She's one of the loudest voices, I would say, which is why I used her as the thumbnail. So it's not necessarily about her, but she's a great example. Right. You're right. Yes. I was like, credit unions? What the fuck are you talking about? And my example was worse. My example was political, so you kept it neutral with the financial example. I ain't gonna even share what I was gonna say, because oh god, I'll never hear the end of it. Like the stream if you haven't already. Double tap the screen to like the stream. Okay, so so my stance is that when it comes to body positivity, it automatically gets conflated with fat acceptance and health at every size. Why do we think that is? Why is it that when we think of body positivity, because I almost used a group of men for this thumbnail to and I know it would have thrown people completely off. I was about to use a group of fat men. I was. Because one, when we think about body positivity, we only think about women. When we think about fat acceptance and health at every size, we only think about women, even though there are a lot of men, like a lot of men that give their input on the topic as well, regardless of what side they're on. But I think I'm trying not to say it, but I feel like the whole body positivity thing should be scrapped. But y'all tell me if I'm reaching, right? Like I feel like if a movement gets perverted or taken advantage of, or the original meaning doesn't even come to people's minds when you think of it, it's just like, scrap it. Scrap it. Because I don't consider myself to be body positive. Ooh, I need something to drink. Where's my coffee? Oh, it's over there. Should be scrapped. Okay. Do we have any body positive people here? Majority woman movement. Okay. Who would any of you describe yourselves as body positive? Because I don't, and I'll tell you why after you guys tell me whether or not you describe yourselves as body positive. And then we'll get into the topic about like your favorite celebrity losing weight, and then you feeling like they're no longer body positive. I don't have a lot of patience for that. As a topic. But would you guys describe yourselves as body positive? I know Jen is driving, so Jen can't answer. Jen in them bushes, stuck, trapped, can't get out. Can't get out. What is body positives? Honestly, I don't know anymore. Is that about how you feel about yourself? It should be. Hell nah. Not even an ideal. I'm insecure. Okay. I'm gonna say body positivity is fake, but I would really like somebody to push back, because I haven't fully thought this out. And y'all know how I feel about thoughts that aren't fully thought out but shared publicly. They deserve pushback, right? So I'm letting y'all know in advance. I haven't fully thought this through. This is just off the top of my head. I think body positivity is fake. Because considering where it is now, right? Considering where it is now. We could talk about being insecure. Oh, that can go so many ways. Okay, hold on. Let me get my coffee. Hold on. Because y'all done it now. Then women are insecure. That's quite a large umbrella, Jen. I was gonna approach it from the other angle, but we could talk about that. Hi, Felicia. I hate what I have done to my body and still kept fighting through all of it, and that makes me think, damn, she's a badass. Okay, so here's what I think, right? So when I originally saw Teddy's comment, let's exclude the celebrities for a moment. And I was like, I don't have patience for this topic, but it wasn't because he suggested it. It was like because I've talked about this before. Like I've reacted to some fat acceptance and body positivity and health at every size people on TikTok. So I don't have a lot of patience for the topic. But when I was thinking about myself, it dawned on me. I don't consider myself to be body positive. Does that make me insecure, or is that a sign of low self-esteem? Because I'm going to say no. But this is not related to Nicole's insecure comment. We'll get to that. I'm not sure I define myself in any of these terms. I just know what it takes my body to live and be healthy. So I'm aiming for that. Each person has to make a choice for themselves. Okay, but you know, like Calamity, we're a little bit of vain over here, okay? Just a little bit. We're a little vain, all right? So I come from the angle of it's okay to look how you want to look, even if that means being smaller. And I feel like that's an elephant in the room that I have okay, all right, I have been very, very hard on some people for getting beside themselves once they lose weight and how they approach certain topics. This might be my moment of getting beside myself. So if y'all feel the need to come for me, then come, damn it. Then come, damn it. But because I was gonna say, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. Okay, what I was gonna say was the elephant in the room is that, like, some people don't feel good about their bodies. And I come from the approach of that's okay to not feel good about your body and to want to change that, right? But I feel like there are a lot of people, and I'm not gonna keep it to the average person. I'm gonna keep this to the loud talking content creators, right? On TikTok or YouTube or whatever, the ones that are like anti-weight loss, even though they're always accusing people of being anti-fat. There are a lot of people that won't admit that at their size, they are not happy with their bodies, or that they have some level of insecurity. Not only bigger people have insecurities, smaller people do too. Jen mentioned that. But because like body positivity hasn't been swallowed up by thin people or by tall people. Like when you think of body positivity, you don't think about it as like a cult of tall people, right? You don't think of it as like a cult of light-skinned people. You don't think of it as like a cult of disabled people. You think of it as like, now I'm going to say cult, or you could say group or whatever, but like a cult of big people. It's particularly big women, but there's some men in there too. Particularly big women. Dare I say white women? But, you know, is there a lot of diversity on the race side with the, I don't know. There's some. We've covered some black women too, and some in-betweens and everybody. We've covered a little bit of everybody, but I feel like it's mostly white women, but we could ignore that part. Bigger women, right? That's what you think about. And the part that really nobody likes to acknowledge, okay, because here's what they do, right? They put a lot of pressure publicly. I'm not talking about the average person. I'm talking about public speakers, content creators, TikTokers, whatever you want to call them. They put a lot of pressure on the people that decide to change their lives and change their weight. I keep getting notifications from this one content creator. I had to turn my notifications off on TikTok because I don't know why she's the only one that I'm getting notifications for, but she decided to get on a GLP-1 and she looks stunning. She was a bigger creator once. Her name is Just Saying on TikTok. This is her TikTok, right? Can't really see her that well there, but you can see her.
I want to get another center lip filler. I like my one. It looks fine, but I feel like...
Right? She looks great. But let's see if I can find her when she was bigger, because people were dragging her when she decided to get on a GLP-1. And I think she might have been one of the anti-GLP-1 people originally, because she was like a weight loss influencer or something like that, but never, she was not like not successful about losing weight. Or I don't really know her background, but like this was her before.
About starting a diet again, I just remember the fact that it took me over 2 years to recover from an ED.
Oh.
Don't do it.
Oh.
Think about starting a diet
She's one of those no diets, no this, no that. Yeah, right. But anyway, the point is I don't want to say folded, but she finally decided to get on the GLP-1, lost a bunch of weight, and she looks great. I thought she looked great before, but she looks phenomenal. She looks great. So people like her, right? The elephant in the room is that people are not comfortable with admitting that it's not fun being big. Push back, tell me I'm wrong. I don't want to come off as the person that has lost weight and forgot what it was like, because I'm still big. I don't want to come off as the person that lost weight and suddenly like forgot where I came from. I'm just being honest. It's not fun being fat. It's not fun. Dare you all push back? Dare you all curse me out? Okay? All right? Okay? I don't disagree. People just need to be okay with saying they want to be smaller and be bold in that choice. Correct. Damn it, Johnny. I say just let me live easy. Is that what you meant? Easy? Let me live essay? Is it essay? Let me hate myself or love myself in any pant size. Elephant in the room and body positive in the same sentence. Wow. Lori. I don't know if that was supposed to be a joke, but it was. It was funny. Pun intended, right? Being bigger is harder. That's another elephant in the room. No pun intended. It is being harder. It's harder. It's more dangerous. It leads to greater health issues or greater health risk, I will say. And it's not fun. It was a joke, okay? It was a good joke. Right, especially when you have other health issues that cause you pain. So why the farce, right? Because I was gonna name the stream that body positivity is fake as hell, but I don't want to isolate the people that really are like just being body positive and minding their business. I don't want to isolate those people and saying that they're being fake. Essay, okay. I was like, easy? Is that a funny way to say easy? I don't want to isolate those people, but on the fat acceptance side, because the premise to Teddy's comment, right, when he says people see their favorite celeb lose weight and they have a problem with it or they're upset, he's not talking about smaller people. He's not. And you know what, we talked about skinny privilege. I still never got the answer to, well, when does the skinny privilege kick in? I want to know when my privilege kicks in, because I be feeling skinny on a day-to-day now. And I still got 50 pounds to lose, 40, but maybe 50. I still got some weight to lose, but I be feeling skinty on a regular now. So I want to know when my skinny privilege kicks in. But nevertheless, my point is that why the push, why the aggression toward like, if you change your body, you don't like yourself. Because then you're going to make a person like me say, because I could say a couple of different things. I could say, no, that's not necessarily true. I just would like something different, or I would like something else better, or, okay, well, maybe I don't. It's not that I don't like me. I don't like, if I don't like my body, why does that automatically equate to I hate myself? Excuse me? See, because I was never one of those overweight people or obese people that was like, I'm happy in my skin. I'm big and beautiful. Like, okay, am I crazy? Like, you can be big and beautiful. In hindsight, I could see why some people think I'm a bit dramatic about my looks, as far as like when I was at my highest weight. But I don't think like, you think it means you love yourself anymore, even more. I'll do you one better, Nicole. You know, I had a couple of titles for the stream. I do you one better, Nicole. Fat acceptance is not body positive. I didn't want to fight today, so I didn't do that. What do y'all think about that as a point? Because I don't necessarily want to be in an echo chamber, so hopefully somebody will come in that will push back. Hi Reindeer. I didn't forget about your topics, girl. I just don't have the means of a laptop set up now, so you're gonna have to bear with me until I can get my life together. But hey, girl, Holly A. Hill says, well then. Well, Holly, well, what do you think? Feel free to curse me out at any point, okay? I'm just saying, fat acceptance is not body positive. That's a sidebar. Y'all ever get a notification from your bank and you're like, I paid what for what? Auto pay. I swear. It's like, what? A charge for who? Scam? Oh, okay. Oh god. It's Reindeer's fault. It's Reindeer's fault. I just got charged for StreamYard. And I was like, who just charged me for what? It's Reindeer's fault. It's Reindeer's fault. As soon as Reindeer came in, StreamYard was like $88.99. Thank you very much. Can somebody time Reindeer out again? Vital Extreme says you can't be big, beautiful, and healthy. That's the issue with fat acceptance. Stats don't lie. Tell me more, Vital. Tell me more. Because big, beautiful, and healthy. Oh, okay. So you can be big and beautiful, but your health is going to suffer. Is that what you're saying? Is that fair? Is that a fair way to put that? I had enough of YouTube jail. The way StreamYard just charged me $88.99 as soon as you came in here, I'm going to need you to go back to jail. Okay, that's a fair way to say it. Okay. And you know what? I'm looking for a way to disagree with you, but I haven't found it because I'm difficult. I haven't found a way to disagree with that. You can be big and beautiful, but your health is going to pay the price. I think that that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. It's not what comes to my mind, but I think that that's fair. She ain't got Jen. Jen is fighting her way out the bushes. She ain't got time to lock nobody up. I know a lot of unhealthy, skinny people. Thank you for saying that, Calamity. Because let's get into whataboutism really quickly, right? Because I knew somebody was going to say that. That's why I wanted to get ahead of it. And I was trying to find a way to disagree with Vital's point. Because when anybody, right? When anybody talks about health and weight going together, the follow-up is always, and even I've done this sometimes, the follow-up is always, but there are thin, unhealthy people. That's not the point. It's really not the point. It is stating the obvious for the sake of stating the obvious. But it's the point, not you, Calamity, but the point, because somebody was going to say it, right? I say it sometimes, but it's irrelevant considering the context of what we're talking about. I would say, yes, vital health is a spectrum, right? Skinny fat, thin on the outside, fat on the inside, TOFI is a real thing, right? We ain't talking about that. See, look, like I'm gonna need everybody. I'm gonna need everybody to check your fat privilege, okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. So tell me more, Calamity. Calamity says it is a point. Both are stating the obvious. Okay, so tell me, is it obvious? No, because my point is that it's not obvious. Like it's not obvious to bigger people that are focused on health at every size or body positivity or fat acceptance. These people, it's not obvious to them that your health will suffer These are the type of people that tell you you don't have to step on a scale or give the doctor or let the doctor take your weight when you go in. BMI don't matter, it don't count. All of these different things. So let's do a bit of a social experiment. Why do you think that when we talk about being bigger in health, why is one of the first thing that comes to mind, but skinny people are unhealthy too? As if nobody knows that. Why do y'all think that is? Both are quite literally generalizations based on statistics? No, it's not. Well, let me see. I don't think skinny fat is always obvious, but fat is always obvious. I think what I'm getting at is that when we talk about, because we were having a very specific, like we were talking from a very specific context, right? So when we switch that context to, well, I know thin unhealthy people, it's like, okay, so what? Because I feel like that's a deflection. But tell me more, Calamity. Curse me out, girl. No, I'm just playing. Let help. All right, so keep going, Calamity, because I'm gonna try to work through. I'm gonna try to work through it, because Vital's point, when Vital essentially said, you can be big and beautiful, but your health is going to suffer. But I paraphrased, your health is going to suffer. I was pausing to find some pushback other than, but skinny people are unhealthy too, is the point that I'm trying to make. I was looking for some pushback other than, but what about them? Because we ain't talking about them. That's the point that I'm trying to make. We're not talking about them. We're not talking about them. We are talking about body positivity and why the space of body positivity has been co-opted by a certain group of people, which is bigger bodied people, particularly bigger bodied women, and how they force a sense of quote unquote insecurity or self-hatred on those that no longer want to be big. Saying what about skinny people, I would say, is irrelevant in the context of what we're talking about. Type 1 diabetes are typically not fat because they are quite literally... No. Nope, Calamity. You are... Okay, so let me read the whole comment, because when people watch back, they can't see the comments right away. So Calamity says, type 1 diabetes are typically not fat because they are quite literally dealing with a disease based on insulin and glucose. Two things can be true at the same time. You're correct about type 1 diabetes and thin people, but also that it doesn't matter to the greater point, because we wasn't talking about type 1 diabetes. So had the point been, okay, you can be big and beautiful, but because you can be big also with, like, does everyone, maybe I need to research this, but does everyone with type 1, are they like all thin? I don't know. Let's find out. Because I know insulin is the fat storage hormone, so if it's not working properly, type 1, you'll lose a lot of weight. Okay, so... Yes, okay, so let's back up. All right. Vital says, okay, so for one, yes, you can be overweight with type 1, right? So that's for one. Vital says, when I was 16, I was overweight, then took Adderall and became underweight. Neither is pleasant. Also, most people are overweight than underweight statistically. JC Calamity says, we can't keep talking about fat acceptance. Yes, we can, because that's the topic. Like, that's actually the topic. The topic is about body positivity, and my argument is that body positivity has been co-opted by fat acceptance, so that body positivity only becomes about fat people that accept their fat bodies. So we can talk about it because that is the topic. The point isn't to switch it to type 1 diabetics that are underweight. That's deflection. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we can talk about being fat without bringing up thin people and their type 1 diabetes. It's irrelevant to what we're talking about as far as fat acceptance, body positivity, and it's deflecting to a completely different point. So although it's a correct point about type 1 diabetics, it's irrelevant to the overall topic. Autocorrect for which one? I'm sorry. I have a ex-friend who didn't want me to lose weight because that wouldn't be very body positive for me. But to be her, I was tired of being morbidly obese. Right. So people like that friend, my question is, I need more coffee. Please like the stream. Double tap your screen or hit the like. And as you come in, let me know what you consider body positivity. Okay. So I don't think body positivity has been co-opted by type 1 diabetics or thin people or underweight people. That's one, right? And the topic is about body positivity and what it means. Because the context was there are people that are getting upset when their favorite celebrity loses weight, correct? All right. So JC must not spend time in these body positivity streets. They are a mess. JC's giving me some good pushback. Oh, my comment saying it should have been can was removed. Okay, so let me go back and read it again. We can keep talking about fat acceptance. Okay. All right. Thank you, Calamity. I got you now. So Calamity wasn't saying we can't keep talking about fat acceptance. She was saying we can keep talking about fat acceptance. All right. So topic. Okay. So as I was saying, I don't have a lot of patience for this. I don't have a lot of patience for this topic. Well, it's not the top. Is it the top? Yeah. No, I'm gonna just say I don't have a lot of patience for the fat acceptance or health at every size movements or body positivity. Now, Lori said scrap it. I'm team scrap the movement, but I would be considered a small fat, which I hate as a term. I didn't know that outside of BMI, fatness, socially speaking, is a spectrum. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that as far as socially speaking or social media wise, fatness is on a spectrum? You know, this is why, this is why I call it a cult. Because cults are very to themselves, right? They do a lot of judging and praise and preaching to others, right? But they're a tight-knit group. And not only are they a tight-knit group, but there is even a hierarchy within the cult, right? So it's like who's more respected or who's more loyal to the cult. And so within fat acceptance, you have hierarchies of fatness to where like people like me that's only about 50 pounds overweight get looked at as like small fats, so we don't really count. Like, how do you gatekeep fatness? Right. Yes, I would say Felicia said not a fat spectrum. Yes, Calamity, I would say popped up in the last 5 to 10 years. Yes, absolutely. Especially like, I would say even the last 5 really because of TikTok. Super fats, infinite fats, and death fats. I don't know if those are interchangeable or if they're somewhere along the spectrum. I saw it once and I would have been wanting to see this spectrum again. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Small fat, mid fat, larger fat, super fat, infinite fat, death fat. Ooh, do y'all want me to read it? Fat categories. It's called fatagories. Understanding the fatness spectrum. I wasn't making it up. Who was it? Felicia. I wasn't making it up. It's a fat spectrum. Y'all want me to read it? Okay. Okay, so it says small fat, below a woman's 18 or a 1X to 2X, which, yeah, I would be considered a small fat. Okay, this is the smaller end of the fatness spectrum. Small fats can usually straddle the line between fat and straight size, quote unquote straight size. They can face medical discrimination and poor interpersonal treatment, but are generally able to participate in public life with few restrictions based on size. Categories. No hyphen, just take out the I and put an E. So FATEGORIES, categories. So did y'all hear the description of the small fat? I don't like this label. Who are you to call me a small fat and say that my problems in life don't like you have more respect because you have a harder fat life. It says smaller than an 18. Okay, so it says below a woman's, it says VS. What is a VS? Below a VS woman's 18? Oh, US, not, sorry, it's a weird font. It's a weird font. Below a US woman's 18 or 1X to 2X. Delilah says, seriously, and they believe the fatter you are, the more valuable your opinion is. And me versus V ain't a competition. I win. My opinion is more valuable than hers. That alone makes me so angry. Okay, so we have a small fat. Next would be a mid fat. Oh, Delilah, we were talking about this with I forgot. Who were we talking about this with? The mid fat thing. Hey, Sushi Fitness. I forgot who we were talking about the mid fat thing, but we were talking about plus size versus mid size, and I'm like, mid size, that's made up. Okay, so let's go with mid fat. Between a US woman's 20 to 24 or 26 or 2X, 3X. Will somebody make up their mind? Okay, so my 20s to 26s. My 2Xs to my 3Xs, okay? Your mid fats. Typically only able to shop in plus size stores with brick and mortar shopping options less frequent. At the upper end of many plus size retail offerings, more visibly fat, they experience more size discrimination in healthcare, at work, and may have trouble fitting into seats in other public spaces. Okay, so, oh, that was Missy. Hey, Missy girl. Missy, mid fat is made up, okay? I don't care. I win and you and Delilah lose. Okay. Mid fats. So, size discrimination in healthcare. Has anyone experienced that? Size discrimination in healthcare, trouble fitting into seats. I will say, when I was a 20, I don't know if I made it to a 24. I definitely made it to a 2022. I think. Yes. I was starting to be uncomfortable in my plane seat. I was starting to, hey, Delilah, don't rush the process. I'm getting there, okay? When I was in my 20 to 24 range, I'll say 20 to 24, 2 to 3X, I was starting to feel uncomfortable in my plane seat because I couldn't sit in my seat without touching other people. A regular size plane seat. Sushi Fitness says, I can't wait to see the future when these meds become less expensive. What will happen when obesity is rare to see? People are dying on the obesity hill, though. Sushi Fitness, like that's what we're talking about. People are insisting on being obese. So we're talking about it. Okay. So we're not done yet. This is a spectrum, ma'am. This is a spectrum, y'all. Okay. Large fat. Who made this up? Oh my god! Like, why do we have to? What this is giving? This is giving fat classism. This is giving fat classism. Like why do we have to have And these are not medical categories, medical classifications. These are like social currency or social, not currency, but like social standards. I don't even know what to call them. Okay, large fat. U.S. women's 26 to 32. You were actually wrong, Delilah. Wait. Hold on. Wait, no, maybe you weren't. What'd you say? See, this is why you wasn't supposed to jump ahead. Okay. Large fat. U.S. women's 26 to 32 or 4X to 5X. The end point for most plus size clothing, mostly relegated to online options. This term can also apply to anyone at the larger end of the fatness spectrum, though typically they place closer to the middle of the bell curve. Jadone says, I just wonder if they want to die on that hill because they believe they can't be successful. If you honest, you aren't comfortable as a plus size person. I am agreeing with that point, that there are a lot of plus size people, not average people. Average people mind their business for the most part, I think. But I'm talking about people that are putting their face on it and speaking loudly about this and judging others. I tend to push back against wide nets and generalizations being cast, but like, so is it Jadon or Jadone? I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm always doing this. I would agree that it's not comfortable being a plus size person, but there could always be some like people that would say, but well, I'm comfortable. Okay, if you say so. Wait, you get to a point where they stop, where they stop being Jadon. Okay, Jadon. Okay. Jadon. Can I say Ja? Can I say Ja? Jadon. I'm gonna say Jadon. Wait, you get to a point where they stop blaming your broken toe on your weight. You get to a point where they stop blaming your broken toe on your weight. Oh, so you're saying you've is it J as in an English J? Because for some reason your name sounds French in my head. So is it an English J like Jadon? Because I was saying Ja as in like a, giving it a little French twist. Jadon. I'm making stuff up. My name is Shadarylyn and people can barely say it. So feel free to butcher mine. It's French. Okay, it is French. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. I'm probably still messing it up, but I think I'm close. Okay. So Delilah, are you saying you go to the doctor for things that aren't related to your weight, and the first thing they do is blame your weight? Is that what you're saying? I think people should do what they want. End of story. You would think so. You would think that's the end of the story. But because it's not, that's why we're talking about it. And quiet as cut, I think there's a lot of people that are afraid to do what they want, so they attack others for doing what they want. Quiet as kept. Like, so back to the whole celebrity thing, I think there are a lot of people attacking celebrities for using GLP-1. You know what? Jen had a wonderful comment on this. Jen, I'll get back to the fat spectrum in just a second. Jen had a wonderful comment on under Teddy's post about this. Or I think it was Jen. Ooh, Jen, I'm lying on your name. Hold on. So, for those that just came in, let me read Teddy's comment, the reason that we're doing this stream. Can we have a convo on what it means to be body positive? I see a lot of people get upset when their fave celeb loses weight, and I don't think that's right. And I said body positivity isn't supposed to be exclusive to a certain body type. Now, okay, so Jen says, I also wonder if how they lost the weight contributes to that hate, and I would say yes, because it's supposed to be hard. Like, we did a stream about this some months ago. Who the fuck said harder was better? They just start blaming it on other stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get to super fat and infinite fat. It's super fat / infinite fat. So I'm thinking these terms are interchangeable. This is very like I just want to know who came up with this. Like who I want to know the size of the person that came up with this. Okay, so larger than a U.S. woman's 32, because you did say 32 plus. That's why I had to say, okay, maybe you were right. Um, but also it's complicated. And then this is what I hate about these made up terms. Like, can we just throw it all away? Can we just throw it all away? It says super fat and fat, larger than a U.S. woman's 32, but also it's complicated. So can we just throw it away? I don't even like the term straight size. I don't, but I don't really care necessarily like about the sizes in stores or whatever. But like, I don't like any of these terms, and it's not because I'm offended by them. I just think they're stupid. Do we need these categories? I don't think we need this. Like, I spent my whole life not knowing that I was a small fat, and I was perfectly fine. No, I don't identify. It's 2025. I get to identify how I want, and I identify as skinty with two T's, two Y's. I don't identify as no small fat. I identify as skinty some days and fat other days. It depends on the day. It depends on what I feel like that morning. Whatever. Okay, so let's read the definition. Quote unquote super fat was created at a no lose Oh, I don't want to read it. Thank you, reindeer. Absolutely. I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. What is a no lose conference? Okay, let me read it. I guess I gotta read it. Oh God. Oh. Super Fat was created at a no lose conference in 2008. Wow. So Calamity, we gotta go back further than 10 years. We gotta go back further than 10 years. 2008 is crazy work. This is pre-social media, or this is like the cusp of social media. Like, I think YouTube was created in like 08, 07, something like that. Like, whew, like people are still on MySpace in 2008, I think. And is meant to describe the largest and most underserved folks. Underserved. I said undeserved. Oh, it's spelled very closely. Because I'm like, is underserved and undeserved spelled the same way? No, it's not. Okay. Folks in fat communities. They face significant barriers to access in healthcare, clothing, public spaces, workplace, discrimination, and beyond. InfiniFat describes the same group and came into prominence around... Oh, okay, we're close. Okay, Calamity, we're back. Okay, Calamity, we're back. 2017. Okay, so now I gotta start it from the beginning. Okay, okay, we got nuance and we got context. Okay, so let's start this over. Okay, so we have super fat / InfiniFat. Okay, it's gonna give two definitions, and these terms came into prominence in two different time periods. Okay, so it says larger than a U.S. woman's 32, but also it's complicated. So let me read the first one. Quote unquote, super fat was created at a no lose conference in 2008 and is meant to describe the largest and most underserved folks in fat communities. They face significant barriers to access in healthcare, clothing, public spaces, workplace discrimination, and beyond. Okay? Next is quote unquote InfiniFat, describes the same group and came into prominence around 2017. Okay? 2017 via Ash of the Fat Lip podcast. We have answers, people. We have answers. Okay, I was wondering where these terms came from. So I got to figure out who Ash of the Fat Lip podcast is. I got to figure out who that is. Her widely circulated size chart placed super fat below InfiniFat, which is often how it is used. Usage may vary, but both terms indicate people on the largest end of the spectrum. Some made up shit from some social media person. I want to know what the hell a no lose conference is. Hi, Sydney. Hey, Sydney girl. Now, ooh, Nicole. No, not Nicole. Delilah done said it. Wait. Hold on. Let me go back. I missed something. Okay, so Reindeer says no lose as in don't lose weight. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Right. Do I have to identify as mid-fat now? Hi, I'm Felicia. I'm mid-fat. Used to be super fat. Which is where this movement began in the queer world. What made you say that, Delilah? Like, did somebody say that? Or did I read something that said that? Oh, is Ash of the Fat Lip podcast a part of the community? Because okay, all right, okay, Delilah, you didn't put it out there, so I was gonna say it. But I didn't want to say it. Okay, let's go back to the beginning when I was describing who are the loudest voices in fat acceptance. Right? I said women, and then I said, but there are some men, and you know who the men are? They're queer men. They're queer men. They're queer men. They're queer men. They are. They are. And a lot of the women are queer women. They are. But I couldn't, like, I'm not so familiar that I could back it up. This is just my perception. Like, this is just based on what I've seen. So now that somebody else has said it, I'm like, okay, so I'm not tripping. Because I wasn't sure. But the men that have the loudest voices in the fat acceptance are queer men. And the women that have the loudest voices, a lot of them are queer women. Hey, Andrew. Hey, G's. Read my last comment. That is what a no-lose conference is. What the hell? Wait, hold on. I missed it. Hold on. Delilah says... No, I don't see it, Delilah. I see which is where this movement began in the queer... What is a no-lose conference? Hold on. Because I'm wondering what made you say the queer comment. No-lose conference. No-lose. 2008? It was a fat queer... I'm sorry. It was a fat queer conference. How am I supposed to know that? Because I know too much of this community. Read my comment before that comment when I explained what no lose is. I didn't see that one. Delilah, there must have been something. There must have been something in your comment because it didn't show up for me. It must have something in your comment must have gotten blocked because I didn't see it. I didn't see it. That's why I didn't understand the context of your queer comment. It got filtered. You must have said something and the YouTube filter caught it. I think I'm being censored. I'm sorry. Yes, it's being filtered. You put it again, I don't see it. Let me see. Okay, you emailed me? Let me see. It was the trans comment. So let me read what Delilah says. No Lose is an organization that focuses on creating a space for fat, queer, and trans people to find community, develop fat liberation politics, and offer mutual support in the face of fat phobia and oppression. Dare I ask what being fat and gay has to do with each other? I don't know. Wait, why do we have to put those things together and have a conference? I'm just curious. I don't know. I'm not judging. I'm just very lost. It was the trans comment, I think. I think it was the trans part of that got filtered out. No Lose is an organization that focuses on creating a space for fat, queer. It couldn't have been queer because queer came through. Queer came through. It ain't fat. Fat phobia and oppression. Yeah, it must have been the trans. It must have got filtered out because of the trans comment. Okay, whatever. YouTube, get your shit together. Right. Okay. Okay, Infinifat. Okay, so let me read it for you again, Sydney. Let me read it for you again. Hold on. Okay, so now that we cleared... So this makes so much sense. This makes so much sense. I mean, when I say this explains everything that I've seen, because I'm not going to lie, when I'm looking for content to react to on TikTok, a lot of the people that come up are a part of the LGBTQ community, and I never understood why that was. It's a blend of all those words. Okay. I had no idea. But this explains so much. Okay, Let me get back to the definitions for Sydney before I get carried away. All right. So who's Ash of the Fat Lip podcast? Hold on. Who's that? That's the person that created one of the terms. Hold on. The Fat Lip, a Fat Liberation podcast. This is Ash, I guess. Is Ash a part of the community? Would be my next question. Not that it matters, but since it came up, I'm curious. Hold on. About. In some ways, fat people are living in a different world than our thin and average sized peers. Blah, blah, blah. The fat lip strives to be fat positive in a world that often isn't. We are proud supporters of radical self-love and the fierce defense of your body autonomy. Fat is not an indicator of health or fitness. That is a stream in and of itself. I'm gonna let that one go. And you know what? Okay, so let me read this part. It says exploration of fat phobia as it intersects with other forms of oppression: racism, classism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, etc. I think that, feel free to curse me out, people. Feel free. I think that intersectionality in this context is the cute way of saying professional victim. It is a cute way of saying professional victim. It is the PC way of saying professional victim. Fat phobia as it interacts with other forms of oppression. Okay, so let's say I'm fat, black, classism, poor, sexism, female, homophobia, queer, transphobia. Okay, I guess you could have one or the other. I don't know. Ableism, disabled. I don't know. If you got all that going on at once, it's giving professional victim. Okay. I don't know if the Ash person is queer, but I don't know. It doesn't say on the website. Okay. So let me read Infinite Fat again for Sydney. Jen says, I'm taking off. Gotta hang with my boring real world friends. We won't be talking about GLP-1s or body positivity. Hi Jen. Bye Jen and bye real world friends. Can I come be a real world friend? Real world friend. Have fun, Jen. Have a good night. We love you too. Aw, I think that's the first time Jen has left my stream before it ended. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I need to call my therapist. Okay. Infinite Fat describes the same group of people and came into prominence around 2017 via Ash of the Fat Lip podcast. Her widely circulated size chart placed super fat below Infinite Fat, which is often how it is used. Uses may vary, but both terms indicate people on the largest end of the spectrum. Okay, we got one more. Okay? Death Fat. Term created by fat activist and writer Leslie Kenzel in 2008. The term was not intended to have any specific size range or limitation and can be used for anyone who wishes to reclaim their morbid fatness. Why do we need to reclaim morbidity? You know what? Okay, Delilah. You know what? I don't get it. Let's go back to the top, and then we're going to end off with the death fat. let's go back to the top. Teddy asked the question, what does it mean to be body positive? The answer is, I don't know, because I don't subscribe. The answer is, I don't know, because I don't subscribe. All I can talk about is what other people say it is. And based on what other people say it is, I don't subscribe. I don't subscribe. I don't subscribe to being body positive. One, because I'm not in the body that I want to be in yet. I'm working on it. So ask me again when I get there. Maybe I'll feel differently, but I don't subscribe. Two, the people that use that term often the most have a very exclusive kind of mindset, like only a certain body type can be body positive, and if you don't fall within the range of, it's kind of like saying because we are a certain size, we have to work extra hard to not feel bad about ourselves, so this term belongs to us. If you are average or normal sized or smaller, you don't have to face societal issues that come along with your weight. Therefore, there's no reason for you to shout being body positive. It revolves around weight, and it's like it's only for those of the heaviest weights. So when it comes to someone's favorite celebrity losing weight and considering that person to no longer be body positive, no one owes you their fatness. No one has to be fat, not even you. And I think the one thing that people don't want to admit is that they see other people changing and they don't feel like they're capable of changing themselves. Or they're worried about what type of criticism they're going to get if they decide to change themselves. Are y'all following? Fat-ish. Fat-ish. Feeder? I don't understand. Are you trying not to get filtered out again, Delilah? I don't understand. I don't know. Try it and see what happens. Are you talking about you talking about like the mukbangers, like the candies and the Amberlynn Reeds? Are you talking about them? Oh, it says fetish. Oh, okay. I thought it said fatish. It's okay. Like Girl World. Are you talking about them? Not you're talking about them, but like that type of content. I don't know if, I don't even want to say it because I don't know if those are appropriate. Yes, okay, I see now. I see. It was FET, not FAT. So those would be your death fats. Oh, I only see one. I see the FET ... ish ... feed ... ER ... That's what I see. It belongs to that world. Okay. But why do we need? Because it said reclaim morbidity. Why would we? Can I ask a question? Why would any? See, okay. I promise you, I'm not a bitch that just lost some weight and then like just don't know what it's like to be fat anymore. Cause that's how this is gonna come off. But why would anybody want to be fat? Is that a inappropriate question? Why would anybody want to be fat? Based on and if we want to say what qualifies as fat, let's just use the template spectrum we had ahead of us. I mean, the spectrum we had with us, or in front of us. So it was from an 18 plus, and it's like, what happened to plus size? Like, why can't like the 14 through the whatever just be plus size? Like, why did it have to be chopped up into small fat, mid fat, large fat, infinite fat, dead fat? Like, why did that happen? Right, I got you, Delilah. Oh, okay. Now, if your answer is why would anybody want to be fat, other than that reason, other than for profit, other than that, right? Like other than like I'm on camera in a large body eating a large amount of food because people paid me to do it. I may disagree with it, but other than that, right? Like for the people that just talk about, oh, be happy at the size that you are. Why would anybody want to be fat? The people that like think about like a no lose thing. Like why would you have a no lose conference? Are you like anti weight loss? Like what are we talking about here? Why would a person be anti weight loss? Outside of that, I have no clue, and that's coming from someone who was almost 500 pounds. So I would say people that are speaking publicly about being in bigger bodies portray that they are happy in those bigger bodies and prefer it. Do y'all think that's true? Like, do y'all think they're... I mean, we're just speculating, but do y'all think that that's true? Because I would love to have a conversation with a person that's like, you don't know what you're talking about. I prefer to be fat. My ex-friend wants to be fat to rebel against society's standards. Her words, not mine. But what... Okay, like, okay. Okay, so like you're willing to like risk knee pain for that though? To be a rebel? You're willing to risk knee pains for the sake of being a rebel? Like, why though? Knee pain sucks. Knee pain really, really sucks. This week I saw the woman in your thumbnail on the Tamron Hall show, and the discussion was, is body positivity dead? The discussion was prompted by an article in the Atlantic magazine. Kim says, my goal is to be a size 12, 14. I will still be considered fat to a lot of people. Should I be ashamed of being that size? No. Was that in reference to my why would anybody want to be fat question? No. But is that you wanting to be fat though? Like, I don't think that's you wanting to be fat. That's just you having a goal weight. I don't think that's the same thing, right? Like, I'm talking about the people that say, I'm fat, I know it, and I want to be this way. Like, why would you want that? I'm not saying everybody should want to be thin. I think that let me just say, I think everybody should do what they want to do. Whether it's be smaller, bigger, in the middle, blah, blah, blah. Everybody should do what they want to do. I'm thinking about and then Kim, actually, I don't know if you have a channel, but I'm specifically talking about the people that like are really, really loud about this, right? So like your content creators. Someone said she got cut out. Let me see if I'm not gonna look for it. I'm not gonna look for it. I'm still here. I just have to turn off the camera for a second. But yeah, so like and then at the same time, Kim, if you're a 12, 14, see, that's just a clothing size though. Like, what I would ask you is, does that equate to like you being within like your goal weight? Or maybe I should ask the question, who would want to be obese? Maybe that's a more fair question. Who would want to be obese? Because that's more of a clinical classification. Because fat is subjective, right? Fat is subjective. Some people look at me now like, you're not fat. So fat is subjective. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so who would want to be obese? Maybe that's more fair. Who would want to be obese? Who would want to be obese? Cause saying 12 to 14, I'm like, that's just the size. Like, that don't... Some people may say you're fat, some people may say you're not. I don't think that necessarily matters. And did you answer the body positivity question? I don't remember. Would you do you subscribe to that? I don't. I think we should scrap body positivity. Like, but I don't have no power to. Let me see. The question was, is body positivity dead? It should be. Let's see. Let's see. Is body okay? Tamron Hole. Okay. I don't know if I can play this. Music.
Feel bad about themselves. Heck, man, we wouldn't feel bad about ourselves. But now headlines like those, and many on social media say there's a shift away from body positivity.
Can y'all hear this?
In 2009, supermodel Kate Moss said the infamous line, "Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels." Kate Moss would later say she regrets making that statement.
Kate Moss said, "Nothing tastes as great as skinny feels." Ooh, they probably drug her for filth. They probably drug her for filth. Can y'all hear it?
But it wasn't one person pushing skinny. Diet culture was everywhere.
Oh,
it was
diet
a
culture.
$1 billion business, shelves packed with zero-calorie snacks, liquid diet, and meal replacements. Then celebrities on every magazine cover. Society glamorized heroin chic. Reality shows like The Biggest Loser promised big results and is now a focus of a Netflix documentary re-examining the pressure to lose weight in front of millions of viewers.
This is what America thinks is healthy and safe?
Then came the body positivity movement. Suddenly, plus-size models started landing major ad campaigns. Artists like Lizzo and Meghan Trainor released anthems celebrating curves and self-love. But in 2025, in the decade of GLP-1s, many are feeling renewed pressure to stay thin. Before it...
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. This is why I put in my title, GLP-1 Groupie, speaks. Because I am sick. Okay. I am so effing tired of like acting like, I'm tired of people acting like there's some sort. Who feels pressure to be thin? Because I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. Like, I am so sick of being on a GLP-1 being associated with a pressure to be thin because of what people in Hollywood do. Who cares? Like, this is what I don't understand about looking up to these people in the first place as like idols or something to strive for. So back to Teddy's original point about people seeing their favorite celebrity lose weight and feeling some type of way. I cannot relate to that. I don't understand what that feels like. Like, one, there's not a single celebrity that I can think of that if they change their body, it would make me feel offended. That's for one. Two, I don't feel a societal pressure to be thin. But feel free to curse me out, people. Feel free to curse me out, but I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna keep playing it, but I'm not feeling it. Y'all let me know. Do y'all feel a societal pressure to be thin? Maybe it's just me. Y'all let me know, because we've all lived in different parts of America, experienced different things growing up or in our adulthood, but I don't feel pressured to be thin. I feel pressured to not be obese. There's a lot. There's a lot. Like, weight is a spectrum, right? Just like health is a spectrum. There's a lot of options in between thin and obese. I don't have a problem with being thin, and if I end up there, I just end up there. But like, I don't feel like anybody's pressuring me to be there. Am I wrong? And then like, thin looks different on different people. Like, why do we... Oh God, sorry. I'm a little chilly in here. Why? Why? I am a GLP-1 groupie. I go hard for Zepbound. Like, and I know Zepbound is the only, tirzepatide is the only GLP-1, but like, I am a firm believer in one, being confident and wanting to change things about yourself if that's what you choose. And not like being unapologetic about it. And the whole vanity. Oh God, oh God, they always say the V word. Oh God, they always say the V word. Let's see if we could get through this video without somebody saying vanity. Let's see if we could get through this video without somebody saying vanity. Nicole says, I didn't lose all this weight for anyone but myself. Felicia says, I did feel the pressure as a child in the Britney Spears era, but as a teen and adult, no. I didn't have that problem. Even as a kid. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Felicia. Nicole wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be healthy and cute. I didn't feel cute at 242 pounds and 5'3" in a female, weighing more than most grown men. I didn't feel very sexy. That wasn't giving sexy to me. That wasn't giving cute for me. So I'm vain. I want to look good. I want to feel good too. Like, I want to be able to do shit. Like, I want to be able to walk for miles and not be out of breath and my feet not hurt on vacation. Like, I don't want to walk in my regular life. I hate walking. But on vacation, like, I want to be able to walk for several miles and not be tired and winded and need to sit down and my knees hurt and my hips hurt and my feet hurt. Like, I don't want to be pre-diabetic. You know? Like, I don't want to be obese category 3, like morbid obesity, which I guess it's called clinical now, but I'm old, so morbid, whatever. Like, I don't know. Kim says, I felt the pressure to be thin when I was younger. I'm 55, so growing up in the 70s was a bit different. Okay. But specifically talking about GLP-1 usage, does anybody feel like a part of their GLP-1 usage is a pressure to fit into societal norms? Because I don't feel that way. But maybe as I lose more weight, I would understand. It's kind of like the skinny privilege thing. I don't understand it. I never felt like skinny people had privilege over me. I never felt that way, but maybe they do. When do I get my privilege? Okay. The last says, I come from a time where there was only 1 to 3 plus size famous people. Ricky Lake, Roseanne, and Rosie O'Donnell. When I read the Atlantic article, it introduced a world that I wasn't familiar with. The people whose goal is to be real thin. There's some weird stuff going on out there. Ooh. Okay. You grew up in a different time than 30 plus, even 40 plus year olds. Okay. Yeah, I grew up in the early 2000s, and they're talking about the 2000s here. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't get it.
Before it was banned, the so-called skinny talk gained millions of views on TikTok, encouraging extreme thinness and restrictive eating.
Stop acting like yourself and start acting like a skinny person.
We surround everything about food, and that's why we need to be on Skinny Talk.
And some of the icons of body positivity are facing backlash for their own weight loss journeys.
They're like, oh, she's not body positive anymore. I'm not fat anymore. But, like, I'm still body positive. People were giving me all
Shut up, Lizzo. I hate you.
names and titles of what I wasn't. You're not body positive. This. Now I'm too skinny. I'm
Right.
like, I just don't.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Looks like we got ourselves a conversation in here.
The author of the article I was reading in Atlantic, Annie Joy years, but for
I want to see if Tess Holiday comes on. Okay.
So I didn't mean to join the legions of women on Skinny Talk. It happened quite seamlessly.
did you find yourself joining in?
Well, I was subconsciously.
I don't know if YouTube is gonna let me
subscribing
keep this
because
up.
I was lingering on these videos, right, online. I had originally liked a Instagram reel that was for a high protein, low calorie breakfast, you know, trying to diversify my morning routine. And then what I got next, I didn't ask for.
What did you get next?
I got a bunch of content that felt very reminiscent of, you know, my mother's generation of like eating disorders. And
Sydney, maybe I should check some of that stuff out, but I honestly think that some of that might be rage bait. Like they're purposefully trying to trigger people with that real thin content.
very almost like
You can
Anna.
never be too thin or too rich.
Yes.
That when I was growing up, that was always the commercials and the message. You can't be too thin, you can't be too rich. I think you can't be too rich if you do it right with your money. The thin part we know is a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
But you started out and you were scrolling and you got pulled into this world.
Absolutely, yeah. And I remember thinking, I haven't seen anything like this, so shamelessly endorsing thinness, not health.
Right.
Since I was, a little kid in the grocery store line with my mom.
Yeah, but obesity gets shamelessly plugged as well. Like, shamelessly toxic. You can be endorsing an unrealistically achievable level of thinness and an unreasonable level of obesity. But nobody talks about shamelessly endorsing obesity. That might be the next topic.
My mom seeing those tabloid covers in the early 2000s that were like, Britney Spears is too fat and Lindsay Lohan's too skinny. And, I was like, this has not been cool for, I thought, like 2 decades at least.
So then the conversation began.
This is why we shouldn't revolve our lives around what the fuck they're talking about in the entertainment industry or Hollywood. Lindsay Lohan is too this and Britney Spears is too that. Maybe I just come from a different generation or world or whatever, but I don't remember getting sucked into that culture of like, my standard is based on what people in Hollywood look like. I don't recall feeling that way.
Is the body positivity movement
Yes,
over?
yes. Because I was like, why is this being so successful? Women were engaging with it, loving it. These women are getting huge followings.
But hold on, wait a minute. So you can be okay. So you can endorse a level of super morbid obesity and be body positive. But if you endorse being quote unquote real thin, you're not body positive. I'm saying both can be toxic, but like, let's be honest here. Why is one okay and body positive, but like being super skinny, whatever that means, that's not body positive? This is why I say scrap the whole thing. Because the obese people are gatekeeping, and this person speaking is not obese, but we have an obese person on here, so we'll see what she says. But it's like, They think they look good skinny, but they look kind of ill. Do we know? Okay, so I guess let me. How badly do I want to segue? Okay. Sydney, do you mind emailing me some of the stuff that you've seen? You have my email because you've emailed me before. Because I have something to say about that, but let me finish. I want to see what Tess has to say.
So yeah, it's like some of them have millions of followers before it was banned.
Yes.
And so that made you think, okay, there's something going on here. Have we swung to this whole other side from being completely body positive to now you can be as thin as you want and glamorized for it? Maui, I'm so struck by your.
Whoa, no. Why are we separate? No. When she says we've swung from being body positive to you could be as thin as you want. Why is obesity body positive, but super underweight thinness is not body positive? Like, I would say neither is, like I said earlier, that like being super obese is not body positive. I would say the super thinness is not body positive either. But why are we equating one with body positivity and the other with? Because you know what they should have done? This is bias. What they should have done, they have like an average weight woman or straight size woman. They have an obese woman, and I don't know who the other person is, but they should have to make it more balanced, they should have added one of the people to the panel that they were talking about. So like they should have gotten one of the super rail thin people to get on the panel and have the conversation. Right? Like, you're saying it's toxic. Why not speak with them and see what they think? I don't know. Let's
your
continue.
story. You, body positive, shared your story. You lost weight. You told your fans and revealed it. And what did some of them say in response to you?
You lost too much weight. Don't lose any more weight. You look like a bobblehead. Like you're too pretty to keep losing all that weight. Like, why are you doing this? Like, people were actually. So when I started losing weight, I guess there was this whole sympathy and empathy connected to it, because in 2017 I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, which is blood cancer, and then later
I
on in
need
that year,
to get
I
to
was
Tess.
diagnosed with scleritis, which is, the truth is, and now
Was so confusing to me. A, why does someone else's weight make you that mad?
Oh God, no, go back.
much weight. Don't lose any more weight.
Hold
you
on.
Look like a bobblehead. Okay? And
Not they
later
told her she looked like a
The diagnosis of
bobblehead.
cancer. I also know you had fibroid issues.
I had 17 uterine fibroids. They were okay with me losing. Like, it's like you get.
To me, A, why does someone else's weight make you that mad? I don't get that. the same way with Maui, because a lot of the critics were other women. You're fans, so a lot of women, and I'm thinking, why are you so upset about their bodies?
But you know what it is? There's a lot of same healthy.
Is she?
Or stand.
Oh my God, Tess is not.
Debate some folks are having, and enjoy Maui.
Tess doesn't speak. Maybe there's a different video, but I don't see Tess speak. I don't know what happened, but I'm not gonna spend too much time looking for it. I don't know. I don't know. I just think that okay, Sydney, thank you. I don't know. I don't know. She was cut out. I wonder what she said. Because I hate Lizzo. I don't know why I'm thinking about I hate Lizzo. I hate her because I think she's lying. I think she's lying to all of us. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't really know what to say. I say scrap body positivity. I think it's fake. I think it's been co-opted. I think but why does the skinny women's bodies bother them so much that they made a show about the topic? That's my point. Maybe I can go on TikTok and really quickly and see.
I don't care how.
Or did they say it got banned? Yeah, I can't even search for. Stop trying to tell me what's best for me, internet. So I put in skinny talk on TikTok. You know what I got? They're trying to give me some emotional support. It says, you are not alone. If you or someone you know has questions about body image, food, or exercise, it is important to know that help is out there and you are not alone. If you feel comfortable, you can confide in someone you trust or check out resources below. Please remember to take care of yourselves and each other. And it gives me a hotline number. It gives me a hotline number for National Alliance for Eating Disorders. Well, what happens if I put fat talk? Hold on. What happens if I put fat talk? Oh, wait, hold on.
This is what I eat in a day as a fat woman who doesn't want to lose
weight. But if I put
in
fat talk, I get content.
I would love to explain this to you, but not just because you told me to, but because everyone else should understand how the terms obese and obesity came into the picture and how unnecessary it is.
Obese and obesity is unnecessary.
Something that a very quick Google search can do is give you a lot of articles explaining that.
So why is skinny talk toxic, but fat talk isn't? Why is it okay to want to be obese and be comfortable with your obesity, but not? Why is it not okay to be comfortable with thinness? Now, Sydney said earlier that some of them look ill. I would say what I was going to ask was, I get that. Well, one, I'm standing on the rage bait comment. I think a lot of that was rage bait, but I would have to see it to know, and TikTok won't let me see it. But Sydney said that they were serious about thinness. A lot of these people are serious about obesity. So my point is like, so what? Because you like here's where a fair comparison will come in. Like, you can be really, really thin and look ill, but you can also be really obese and look ill. Why is one worse than the other? Or why socially is one treated as, I think you need some help, and the other one is coddled? Ooh, I said the C word. Why are obese people coddled and thin people or underweight. See, because I want to say underweight, but I don't know if they were actually underweight. You know what I mean? Like, I would have to know their weight to know if they're underweight for their height. But you know, like, when people are like obviously obese, it's us that are kind of like in the middle, that it's not so obvious. You would just think we're just a little overweight, where no, I'm still technically obese. But like, why is obesity coddled? See, I don't think we can have both. I don't think we can have both. I don't think we can on one hand say that there's a bunch of fat phobia, discrimination in the medical field, discrimination in the workplace. There's all of these types of ordeals that come with being fat, but also there's this umbrella of protection when it comes to accepting fatness. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? Like, if you accept your fatness, you are protected socially, right? It's not my light went off. I have my ring light here, but I don't think I need to plug it up because I'm not gonna be on here much longer. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I can do something. Hold on. Okay, it's charging. If you accept your fatness, whatever. If you accept your obesity, right? If you accept because people make it seem like it's just about image, and it's not. It's not just about image, right? Obesity is actually a condition. Then that's another thing, like, right? We say obesity is a disease, but when we talk about it, we only talk about it from the aspect of looks. Like, you're supposed to be okay with your looks, but it's like, no, there's a whole lot of other things that come along with obesity that we don't talk about. I kind of wish I had played this person's TikTok now. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let's see what this person has to say about obesity.
Not just because you told me to, but because everyone else should understand how the terms obese and obesity came into the picture.
Oops.
And how unnecessary it is. Something that a very quick Google search can do is give you a lot of articles explaining this instead of asking a fat creator to explain it on TikTok. I chose a random article, like, I didn't even fully read through it, but the very first line is, despite having a bad reputation in the wellness world, body fat is important for your health too.
Girl, if you don't shut the hell up. Oh my God. So somebody asked her why or how is being fat healthy? And she proceeds to Google some things, and the first thing she starts to read is that body fat is important for your health. This is gaslighting, because not to judge or be mean or anything, but this person is clearly obese, visibly obese. And the first thing out of your mouth when somebody asks how is being fat healthy is that body fat is good for you, which to some extent it is, but like, it's the excess that gets ignored, right? Let's continue.
So let me tell you why. The very start of this says that in 2005, a scientist at the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention published findings regarding the terms like overweight, obesity, going over the BMI, and just everything along those lines. Something that this article touches on a lot is the BMI. That's your body mass index. That is just a measurement of body fat based on your height and weight. So that does not account for any sort of muscle or anything else that's in your body.
This is why I say that BMI counts. Because people like this, right? I'm not talking about average people. I'm talking about content creators with the loudest voices. People like this will use BMI as a reason to ignore talking about obesity. Because you define obesity based on the BMI. But then people like this will say, well, it doesn't account for my muscle. Maybe if you were 5 pounds overweight, that would make sense. 5'10", I'll even give you 20 pounds. If you were 20 pounds overweight, okay, you know what? Maybe BMI is not accounting for your muscle. This is not about judging her based on like her looks, right? It's not about that. But we see what we see, right? Like this, she's clearly obese. We can't say that there's no point in talking about her BMI because she might have a lot of muscle that BMI is not accounting for. That is using BMI as a scapegoat, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it.
It's just your body fat. So it was not supposed to be used like that, and not
if you don't want to use BMI, how would you like to define obesity? How about that?
applied to individuals as it is today. It also states regarding the BMI that in 1998, the National Institutes of Health moved the overweight and obesity cutoff points down. So that included
Doesn't
25
matter.
million people. But
The question was, how does being fat equal being healthy? I just want to know, like, what's the answer?
and this video is just explaining how fat is not unhealthy. The next thing on this list is that fat offers protection from injuries.
She's explaining a bunch of stuff that don't matter. Okay, whatever. Anyway, my point is, I think it's interesting that TikTok feels the need to protect people from skinny talk and toxic skinny content, but not fat talk and toxic fat content. I find that to be interesting. I wonder why that is. And my answer is, I think it's a sense of coddling. Like people that are overweight need to be protected from the views of society, but underweight people deserve ridicule, or thin people, because we don't even know if they're underweight, but it's kind of easy to tell when somebody's overweight. So maybe there's a little bit of bias there, but I feel like we've kind of gotten beyond the topic of body positivity. The moral of the story is, as I start to wrap up, the moral of the story is, what does it mean to be body positive? We don't know. It's supposed to mean just being happy in whatever body you are in, despite abilities or color or size or shape or height. That's what it's supposed to mean, but that's not what it means anymore. So I feel like it's a term that should be done away with, because it has been used to ridicule people that don't want to be a certain size, and uplift and protect those that want to be a certain size, if that makes sense. So it's a term that's now used to protect and uplift and endorse and support obesity. I'm just call a thing a thing. That's what it is. That's what body positivity is now. It's an endorsement of obesity. And then you have people on TikTok saying being fat is not unhealthy. We covered a little bit of earlier of well, just being thin doesn't automatically equate to health. Right. But two things can be true at the same time. You can be thin and unhealthy while also acknowledging that fat is uniquely an indicator of fat contributes more toward chronic disease than, more so being at a quote unquote normal weight. Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment? Is that a fair assessment? Who is acting up in the chat? Okay. What happened? Oh. Okay. Aleski says, let's make America fat again. I think America's very fat. What do you mean again? Okay. Okay. Well, with that being said, I thought they were gonna talk about vanity in the video, but they didn't, which is a first. Somebody's always talking about vanity, which is of course why I named my channel the way that I did, because what the fuck is wrong with being vain a little bit? Like what's wrong with being able to say, I want to look good? Because you know what they don't talk about also? They don't talk about thin people that want to gain weight. Would those people be uplifted? I don't know. But you know what I will say? I don't need this level of coddling. I don't need. Oh, Delilah, also, I took a picture. I didn't post it because whatever. But we were talking about where, you were talking about certain stores not saying plus size. And I was like, I've seen stores that say plus size, but we agreed it might be a regional thing. I was in North Carolina. Yeah, I was in North Carolina. And I saw a store. I forget the name of it. But it said Junior, Mrs., and plus on the outside. And I'll take a picture so I can show it to you, but I never posted it. What's the assessment? That as a society, okay, because I'm finding a contradiction here, because I was gonna say, Andrew, as a society we feel the need to coddle obesity. Okay, I'll email it to you. I was like, because I took a picture, like, and because I thought about you, and I'm like, she ain't gonna care. So I never posted it in my community, or I can post it in your community. But I don't know why that's making me laugh. I don't need this level of protection. I don't need to say, on one hand, like, be happy in your bigger body and reclaim your morbidity, and everybody's discriminating against me, and I never want to lose weight, and if you lose weight you hate yourself, and I don't need, okay, Andrew, I don't need, it's just a storefront that shows the different sizes for the women. Now that I think about it, how do the men know? Do y'all have plus sizes? How do what do they call it when it's the men's section? Does the men's section have a plus size? Do they do juniors, men, and plus? Or they just say screw it for the men? The men got to go to a different store? Do y'all know the answer to that? I don't know. Men, where do y'all buy y'all I don't understand men's sizing, so. Oh, you were doing your skincare? Where are you, Nicole? It's early. Husky. Husky is a size in a store? Big and tall. Boys used to be called husky. Oh, wow. Maybe I never seen that because I'm young. Or maybe I just don't spend time in the men's section. So I don't know. It just don't know, like, oh, okay, I don't know the answer to that. Big and tall. Okay, but what if they're not tall? Because I consider big and tall for big and tall people. So, like, if you're 6'5", 300 pounds, or, I don't know, 6 foot, 250 pounds. I don't know. Like, I thought that was a specific demographic. Like, but the average male is not tall, right? So, like, where would the average obese male shop? Like, if you're 5'6" and obese, 5'9" and obese, like, I think big and tall would be too, like, long if you were getting, like, pants or shirts or something like that. Why do I care? It doesn't matter. Okay. So, men's stores are called Big and Tall. That's where I used to have to buy my clothes. 5'2", so a lot of hemming was involved. That can't be right. Is that right? Wow. Men, y'all are hated. Men, y'all should protest. That's not right. Why does the fashion industry hate y'all so much? Oh my gosh, that's not fair. Same section is big and or tall. Oh my God. Men, y'all should protest. Y'all should go start a march. That's not fair. Because what if you ain't tall? Been trying to do my skincare earlier, so it has time on my face. Oh, okay. I ain't gonna lie, I did mine early. I did mine before I got on here. I half-assed did it, but I did it. I might start from the top when I get off of here, because I didn't double cleanse, and I typically do. But anyway, beside the point. Okay, so Delilah, I know you're about to go live, so I might go over a little bit, so I'll catch you if I catch you before you get off of live, because who knows how much longer I'm gonna keep talking. Hopefully not much longer. But so I really want to revisit skinny privilege, because like I said, I'm waiting to figure out when my privilege is going to kick in. I'm waiting to figure out when my privilege is going to kick in. Like I want to know, when am I going to get my privilege? Have a good night, Delilah. When am I going to get my privilege? Nicole, you made your goal. Happy birthday, girl. Happy super vain birthday. Happy super vain birthday, girl. Okay, Nicole, Do you have skinny privilege now? Because I want to know. Reindeer, how far are you from your goal? Sydney, how far are you from 10 pounds? No, 15 pounds. 20 pounds? Sydney, yours I always forget. Okay, no, you don't have skinny privilege, Nicole? I want my privilege. I want it. When we did that topic, it was actually really fun. Reindeer is 40 pounds from goal. Would that put you in, I'm thinking from a perspective of BMI, would that put you in a normal weight range, or will you still be overweight? Because I think my goal weight puts me at overweight or like 1 pound into normal weight. Like I'm right there, something like that. Did I take screenshots of my B? I think I took screenshots but never posted it. Hold on. Here it is. Yep. So I'm at 32.4 now, which is obesity class 1. Oh, I didn't take pictures of my goal. I didn't take screenshots, I mean. Okay. I didn't take screenshots of the goal. I don't know why I didn't do that. This is... Okay. So I did that like y'all can see that, okay? So I used to be like a 47 point something. And now I'm at 32, which is amazing. Normal would be 18.5 to 25 for me. So I think my goal is 25. Like, I think I'm right on the cusp. 15 to go, but might only be 10, maybe after my tummy tuck. Girl, you got to tell us about the privilege. It will put you in the normal weight range. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I was just curious. I was just curious because I am 41 pounds. I am 41 pounds from being in normal weight, overweight, something like that. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got to tell y'all something. So, I did a little bit of calculations, right? So, I am 14 or 17 pounds from being overweight. Y'all, I'm almost out of obesity. Oh my God, this is so not body positive. I'm almost out of obesity. I think there are a lot of people that would say I'm not being body positive right now because I'm not. Okay? I don't want to be obese. I'm okay with that. Wait, where's the goal? Where's the goal? 169 to be an overweight. So that's 183 minus 169. I am 14 pounds. I'm 14 pounds away from overweight. I am overwhelmed with excitement. Should I tell y'all the next part? Like the stream if you haven't already. Just double tap the screen. Hit the like. Leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Or let me know what you think about the topic. Y'all. I'm going to be vain. So what? I don't care. I am going to have... And stop judging me. I hear y'all judging me. Sydney, Reindeer, and Nicole. Leave me alone. I'm going to have an incredibly aggressive October. It is going down. Now, I have 40 pounds to lose, and I don't think I'm going to make it there by the end of the year, which is fine. That would be incredibly aggressive. There's only 3 more months in the year, right? What month are we in? September, October, November? Yeah, there's only 3 more months, right? So, overall, I plan to make it to my 40 pounds down, 142 pounds, or I'm sorry, 100 pounds down, 142 pounds by March, my birthday. But y'all, I am 14 pounds away from being overweight. I am 14 pounds away from no longer classifying as obese, right? And I get that people don't care about BMI. Oh, well, whatever, I do. All right? Okay? Now, I lost, remember I did the Venetian 30 in June and I lost like 11, 12 pounds or something like that? That was a big deal. But 8 of those pounds came off in the first week and it stayed off. I thought it was going to be mostly water and come right back. No, it stayed off, right? Because I made a lot of changes. I took, and then in July I lost another like 5 or 6. And then I've been maintaining for August and September. I pay $500 a month for Zepbound. I am still classified as obese, and I have not lost weight in 2 months on purpose because I needed a break. I needed a mental health break, okay? I needed a break. Now, what that break has allowed me to do is, one, take a break from having to focus on the scale, and it's given me time to recalibrate and recharge. So I am ready to kick some ass in October. Do y'all hear me? I am ready to, I'm ready. I am ready. I am ready. And it's not just me. Y'all know every time I start getting in my challenge bag, my cousin joins me, okay? But it's not just me. My cousin is like, we gotta go. Like, it's time to push. Like, we've been kind of treading water a little bit for September. We've been focusing on getting back in the gym, and right now my cousin that's in the Netherlands, it's kind of hard because the temperature is changing, the weather is changing, and we get symptoms of SAD. Not diagnosed, but we get symptomatic to the point where our energy goes down. We don't want to move our bodies. We don't want to go outside. It's cold. Like things just don't feel great. But we are planning we are planning an aggressive October. We are planning an aggressive October, okay? So, Sydney says, what's October's goal for you, Vanity? Is it 14 pounds? Yes and no. Reindeer says, oh, sounds interesting. What does that involve, and can we join? Okay. Details. All right. So, oh, your birthday's in October. Andrew, when it is your birthday, you're going to have to tell us. Hopefully we'll be live so we can say happy birthday. Or you can post it in the community if you have access. I'm not sure how that works. Like, I don't know. You should have access to post in the community, though. Okay. I'm excited. I am excited. Who said I sound excited? Oh, I sound motivated. Reindeer, I'm so motivated. I'm so motivated. Like, people, like, we need to talk about people feeling very, very overwhelmed by the scale not moving. We've all been there, right? Like, we've all been there, feeling so defeated and disappointed by the scale not moving. And I felt, before I get to that point, let me just take a break. But I'm also a little different because I spent 6 months on compound not losing any weight at all, and I was like, whatever. Like, I mean, it was disappointing, but it didn't like really, like, it wasn't extremely tragic. Okay, Andrew, I'll put it on my calendar so I can remember to say happy birthday. And in case y'all missed it, Nicole just had a birthday, so happy belated to Nicole. Okay. This month the scale has been moving slowly. Okay, so I needed a mental health break. So I did back-to-back challenges. I did June and July. So between June and July, I didn't even think about it, but I lost between like 15 to 18 pounds collectively. And in August, I traveled. I took a break. September, I just changed my goal to something different. I just changed my focus to focusing on weight training, and it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. Oh, congratulations on hitting a normal BMI. Go girl, go girl. Okay, I'm gonna have a party, okay? But it's bad. Like, I don't want to take my eyes off the prize because I still got 40 more pounds to go. And when I tell y'all, I'm gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to fight to get this next 40 pounds off. It took me a year to lose the first 50, okay? 45. It took me a year to lose the first 45. I'm gonna have to fight. Because we all know the closer you get to your ideal weight, the harder it gets. I'm going to have to fight to get this next 40 pounds off. And that's why I'm also glad I gave my body a break so that my body didn't force me into taking a break, right? Because have y'all ever been losing weight consistently and then suddenly it's like nothing you do is working? That's our body saying, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. 1, I've gotten used to it. 2, I said hell to the no. You ain't losing no more weight. Give it a minute. That's our body telling us that. Relax for a second. Okay, we've lost weight. Okay, I'm like, chill out. Like, okay, now that because we only lose weight when we switch up what we're doing, right? Because we catch our bodies off guard. But our bodies are smarter than us, so our bodies eventually figure out what we're doing and gets used to it, so the weight loss will stop because our bodies don't want to drop body fat or muscle or anything. So we constantly have to, in essence, I don't truly believe in outsmarting your body, but in essence, we have to trick or outsmart our body to allow the weight loss to continue, right? Because, you know, our bodies don't want us to die, okay? So I'm glad I took a break before my body forced me to take one by forcing a stall. Even though I haven't lost weight in 2 months, I don't consider this a stall. I consider it a break. I'm not doing things to intentionally lose weight. And I haven't been for the past 2 months. But when October comes... Good night, Andrew. When October comes... Man. Oh, yeah, Reindeer, you're at your last 40 pounds. That last 40 is going to be hell. I'm assuming it's going to be hell. It could just fall right off, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I need to lean in and I need to focus. So what does it entail? Okay, so for one, I wouldn't recommend this because everybody's different, but I'm giving up dairy. I'm giving up dairy. And the reason that I'm giving up dairy is because I love dairy. It's not because of a calories thing or anything like that. It's because I want to see if I have an allergy to it. And the only way for me to know is to remove it for some time and then reintroduce it, okay? So this is going to be hard because I have to find those, like a lot of my diet is based around dairy and protein. Like, so I said that wrong. Fat and protein, right? A lot of my diet. And most of my fat comes from dairy. So I'm going to have to find a way to replace those calories. I'm going to have to find a way to replace those calories for one. And especially like I supplement with dairy protein shakes, I'm going to have to find an alternate protein shake source. I'm not eating no edamame. I don't like plant-based nothing. So I'm going to try a almond-based milk. I'm going to try that almond milk. I'm going to try that, and see how that works out. But I'm going to be removing dairy, right? So I think that's going to give me a significant edge for one. Dietary changes. I'm going to be removing fried food again. I did this in July. I think that's what mostly contributed to that big drop that I had in July. I don't eat fried food very often now, but it creeps in about once or twice a week. So I'm going to remove that again. Now, here's where I think that I'm going to be incredibly aggressive. I am going to take my fasting very seriously, and this is not for everybody. Not everybody is interested in fasting. So Reindeer, when you ask can y'all join, it's like you can, but when I do the challenges, I list out the objectives that I'm following, and I kind of just let people tailor to their own liking. So I don't think you guys ever truly follow along with what I'm doing. I would like to do those type of challenges where we're all doing the same thing. But it's hard. It's hard to get everybody on the same page. And it's probably because I make too many adjustments or whatever. So I'll figure that out. But my audience is kind of split on the fasting. Oh, you like almond milk? I use unsweetened almond milk in my smoothies. Yes, I like the unsweetened. Well, I won't say I like it. I tolerate unsweetened almond milk. I do. I tolerate it. It used to be a staple for me for smoothies and breakfast cereals and things like that. Golden milk. I tolerate almond milk. So I feel like I can tolerate for the sake of a protein shake. And Premier has one that's made with almond milk. So I want to try that one. And Teddy wants to know about it as well. But I have to find it in a store, and I'm in the boonies right now. I got to drive 30 miles to get to a Target or a Walmart, and those are the stores that, from what I see online, have it. If I buy it on Amazon, I got to get a big-ass 30-pack or something, or 15-pack. I don't know. I think it's $30. I got to get a big pack, and I don't want to get a big pack if I don't like it, so I want to go find a small pack. But anyway, so you guys are split on the my nose is itchy. I need my allergy stuff because I keep rubbing my nose. I think Jen implied that I should be taking my allergy meds every day, but I thought that's the opposite of what I was supposed to be doing. But Jen is a pharmacist, so she didn't say that, but she said something that I feel like she was getting at. I should be taking my Zyrtec every day, and I don't. My nose is like really, really itchy. Nicole says I fast weekly. I only do intermittent fasting. I can do more than 60 hours for my blood. I can't do more than 60 hours for my blood glucose. How long do you fast, Nicole? Okay, so when I say I plan to get incredibly aggressive with my fasting, I mean it. So for example, today I tested it out a little bit, but I was doing so much running around that I had to eat something. But I was aiming, so back in June, I did a 24-hour fast once a week, and that significantly helped me get that 12 pounds off or something like that. But I haven't been fasting since, not even intermittent fasting. I just eat when I feel like eating. Jadone says, I prefer almond milk over cow milk and protein shake, but I love cream and tea. Yes, I don't think I can make it through life without coffee creamer, like without half and half in my coffee. So this is going to be incredibly difficult. But back to the fasting. So I know the power of fasting, but I haven't had the willpower to do it in at least like 2 years. I haven't had the willpower to like consistently do intermittent fasting or extended fasting. But that's about to change. And I wish I had made this change sooner, but I think my results would have been different as well. Like I think I would have been at my goal by now. I would have been at my goal by July or June had I incorporated some fasting. But based on how I've been keeping track of my weight loss, I'm about 20 pounds behind where I want to be, okay? So it is what it is. You know, I aim to get my goal in a year of 100 pounds off. I didn't get it. I got 50 pounds off. I think I could have gotten more, but it is what it is. So now we are entering phase 2, because I think I got that first 50 pounds off and then I kind of took a break. We're entering, I would say, phase 2 of my weight loss journey is what I would like to call it. Act 2, phase 2, and it's about to go down. It is about to go down for purely vain reasons. Like to be clear, to be completely and utterly clear, I wanted to lose weight for health and aesthetic reasons, right? And physical reasons, like my joint pain and all of that. However, my objective was to get the first 40 off because I knew I could function, like I'd be back to a point of functionality that I was familiar with, right? I knew that my numbers would be better health-wise with the first 40, which they are. And physically, I'd be able to exist in the world with some ease once I got the first 40 off. But the additional 60 is one as well for health, but also for aesthetics, right? And also, you know, physically being able to like, you know, have less pain in my hips and all of that. However, my motivation has flipped. With this last 40 pounds, I'm not bullshitting. My motivation is like for this last 40 pounds, even though I need to get it off because I need to get out of obesity and overweight. That's not what's motivating me. That's just kind of like a part of the plan. Like that's just like, okay, like I know that like that's a necessity. That ain't my motivation. My motivation is pure vanity. Okay, not pure. I would say about 60%, 70%. I'm turning 30 in March. Okay. I don't want to spend another year focused on losing weight because losing weight is exhausting. But I'm trying to be bad as fuck for my birthday, okay? Like, so what? I don't care. Like, whatever. Whatever. Like as far as feeling better, I physically feel better. That was the first objective. I still have some things that need to be worked on because I'm still 40 pounds overweight. 40 to 50. Like 40 pounds puts me like right there into the normal weight range. So technically it's more like 50 pounds. But so, you know, that just kind of comes with the program, with the package or whatever. Whatever. I want to look different. Like this next 40 is almost not solely, but it's like majority of my motivation is wanting to look different. I already look different compared to where I came from, and I'm very grateful, but I'm also very vain. Okay, maybe a little vain, but I'm vain, okay? I want to know what I'm going to look like in 40 pounds, which is why I started taking my weight training more seriously, because I'm afraid to get there and then wish I had started weight training sooner. Like I'm already at a point where I wish I had started weight training seriously, consistently a year ago. But I don't think I'm not, but I still like the way I look. Like I really like the way I look. Like when's the last time I'm gonna keep wiping my nose. I'm so sorry, y'all. Like it's itchy. Maybe I should just take the time to rub it. I keep trying to do like little rubs and it's not working. But like, when's the last time y'all have like truly looked in the mirror? Tell me. Why y'all laughing at me? That's a good target to have. Yes, the fasting does help with the visceral fat. My fasting is gonna get aggressive. I got a little vain for a second, so we'll get back to the fasting. But like let's like sidebar. Let's be vain really quickly. Like, when's the last time y'all like seriously looked at your reflection? I mean, like seriously looked at your reflection. Weird. I had a weird experience lately. Maybe this is just a me thing, but I was doing my skincare routine, and I noticed I was avoiding looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, "Excuse me." Like, I had to have a conversation with myself. I said, "Excuse me." Like, it dawned on me, like, damn, when the last time I looked at myself? Now, mind you, I look at myself, right? Like, if I catch my reflection walking past a window or a car or something like that, like, I'll look at my reflection. But like, I just had a brief moment of not being vain, and I didn't appreciate it. Like, I was doing my face care routine and I was looking every which way but at the mirror, and I was like, "Excuse me?" Wait, whoa. Everybody stop what you're doing. Everybody stop what they're doing. And I was like fresh out the shower too. Yes, Nicole, I was doing my skincare after my shower. I know that's backwards, okay? But I was like fresh out the shower too. Y'all want to know what I did? Okay, everybody under the age of 18, cover your ears. Andrew's gone, so I'm not worried about it. Y'all want to know what I did? Every time I get in the shower at 40 pounds down is when I seriously looked in the mirror. It's noticeable now. Every day, multiple times a day. Y'all better go ahead. I'm like, holy crap, I got a waist now and can't stop. I've been seriously looking at my reflection since losing 30 pounds. I'm like, "You're looking good, girl." So I've been looking at myself, right? I'll be walking past myself. Like, "Ooh," right? But I had a moment where I was like, "Wait, hold on. I don't think I've done that in a while, because why am I not looking in the mirror?" Y'all know what I did? I took my towel off and went to go stand in the full body mirror. I was like, no, we're vain. Okay, like what's happening here? Like, just because you haven't lost weight in 2 months, suddenly you don't look at yourself? I didn't know what was happening. I had to question. I had questions. So just to make sure that I wasn't losing my vanity, I just took my towel off and I was like, "Let's have a look." let's just make sure we're still vain, okay? And everything was fine. It was great. It was great. It was great. It was great. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I was like, "Oh, okay, just checking." So I'm glad y'all said that y'all look, because I was worried that people might be like, "You know what? I haven't been looking at myself." Like, get in the mirror. Incredibly vain. Yes, very much so. Okay, so with that being said, my next 40. So I have a mission. Aggression for October is the mission. It is the game plan. It is the point. I wasn't sure if I was going to say this outside of like members only, because I don't feel like hearing. I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all. We talked about this like a week or so ago, like what healthy weight loss is, right? And I said, technically, the whole half a pound to 2 pound thing is, that's a good general starting point, right? If you're not too familiar with weight loss. But technically, healthy is as fast as you want it to be, or like, it depends on the person. Like, it depends on the person's body. I am 40 to 50 pounds overweight. I can afford to lose 12 to 15 pounds in a month and be fine. Not every month, right? But I also haven't lost weight for 2 months. I am extremely, okay, maybe a little overconfident, but I am extremely confident that I can get this 14 pounds off in October. Oh my God, my shins, guys. Oh my God, my shins. Okay, I'm not flexible enough to put my shins on the camera, but I have shin bones. Do y'all see that? I have a shin bone. Look at it. Look, it's all bone. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for anybody watching the playback that don't know what I'm talking about, we're still talking about the whole shower situation and looking at yourself and all of that. And Reindeer says, "I can feel my collarbone and clavicle." And then Nicole says, "Mine is my knees and ankles," right? And yeah, so that's why I'm showing my shins now, because I have a shin bone. I have a bone, like, it's it's not covered in fat. I mean, I still got fat calves and all of that, but like it's pure bone, and I rub it a lot. I do. I rub it a lot. It's like the most, other than my collarbone, my shin is like the most prominent bone on my body right now. Let me see. Let me do it. Let me do a bone check. Let me do a bone check. Like, but my shins, I rub on my shins a lot because I'm like, oh my God, it's all bone. It's all bone. My fingers are getting smaller and all of that. Very vain, very vain. So like I got hip bones. I'm feeling bones that I didn't know I had. I got hip bones. It was my video doorbell filming my backside that got me seriously on track to losing weight. Saw myself behind and could no longer be in denial. It's called big back did it. like I noticed my back was big too. Sydney, you ain't the only one. Check them bones. It's a bone check. It's my wrist, like my wrist, right? My wrist. My shins, my collarbone. My collarbone is actually my favorite part of my whole body. I've been that way since I was a teenager. I love a prominent collarbone. And I still got some weight to go before it's really popping, but I love a prominent collarbone. Everyone check your bones. It's a bone check. It's a bone check. It's a bone check. I mean, this is y'all want to know a stream I plan on doing? Like I want to do like a fat brain realization video, like fat brain, skinny brain, or fat attitude, skinny attitude. I don't know how to explain it, but like things that you never appreciated because you've always been overweight, and then like you're not overweight anymore and you're like, oh my God, I can cross my legs. Oh my God, I have a wrist. Oh my God, I have shins. Oh my gosh, like I have hip bones. I didn't know that. Like, oh my gosh, like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I want to do that type of stream. Okay? Things I didn't know as a fat girl. I didn't know that like my tailbone, I could feel it if I sit the wrong way. Like I didn't know that. I didn't know. Okay? I'm just saying. But anyway, so with that being said, I girl cross my legs constantly now, like, and then at that it's like, wait till you're not gonna be able to uncross because it's still fairly like I can only do it for so long, right? Like I still can't completely cross it, but I can cross it more than I've ever been able to, and it's like super sexy. Like it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Like I'm super excited about it, and I can only do it one way and not the other, right? Part of it is my flexibility too, because I got the hip problems, but it's super like it's amazing. But like when I lose another 40 pounds, you won't be able to uncross my legs. Like I'm gonna be sitting like this in every stream. I'm gonna be sitting like this in every stream. Yes. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I'm just saying. So back to being aggressive about October. I'm incredibly motivated. I'm so ready to go, and this break has done that for me. I wish I had the right words to encourage these kinds of breaks. Like, I know this sounds bad or controversial or counterproductive or intuitive, but maybe stop losing weight for a little while. See how that makes you feel. It's hard to say that for people that are really, really trying hard to get to where they're going. It's hard to say that, like, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting people down. You know what I mean? But it was good for me mentally and emotionally to take a break. It really was. Now, how long the break was up to me. It could have just been a month long, but I decided to do 2 months. And now I'm like an animal. Like, I'm so ready. Hubby, you better stare at them cross legs. I know it's been a while. Husband. Since you've seen my legs cross, if ever, maybe never. I don't know. But they crossed now, and I see you looking. Like that. See, I would say that out loud, though. I would. Because I don't have no sense. I'd be like, yeah, I see you looking. Mm-hmm. It's nice, ain't it? It's nice, ain't it? I remember when I I had a little brief moment of consistency last year in the gym, and my quads started to poke through a little bit. And my boyfriend was copping a little Philly feel. I was like, it's nice, ain't it? Because I was happy I had lost enough fat to like, you know, to for the muscle to pop through. He was copping a little bit of a Philly feel. Like, where did this come from? Like, it's nice, ain't it? You know, we gotta work on our vanity. I love feeling my collarbone. It's literally my favorite. It's literally my favorite. Like, I could get my dream butt tomorrow, and my collarbone will still be my favorite. I could get my boob job, lipo, waist snatch, all that, backiotomy, all of it. My collarbone will still be my favorite. It'll be my favorite. Okay. I keep getting off track. Oh my gosh, you guys are super vain. Okay, so, oh, can I do the thing? Hold on, while y'all are here. No, I was supposed to do this while Andrew was here. Hold on. Can I gift memberships on this type of live? Sidebar really quickly. I wanted to September's almost over and I have 5 more memberships to give, so I have to make sure I give them out before the month is over. Can I do it here? Oh, they're not gonna let me do it. Wait, what? Why? Oh. Am I watching? I don't know. Okay, so maybe I have to go live again tomorrow from StreamYard, because it let me do it when I was on StreamYard, but it's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do it from here. It's not letting me do it. Membership gifting. YouTube said I had 5 more gifted memberships to give out, and it's not letting me do it. Okay, so maybe I need to be on a different type of live stream, because the verticals are different from the StreamYard lives. Okay, all right, so we'll try that tomorrow. All right, we are out here loving on our collarbone. So everybody did a bone check and we just all agreed on the collarbone. Like, is that what happened? It doesn't do it on vertical streams. Okay, so sidebar, tune in tomorrow for a chance to become a member, because I'm going to be gifting out an additional 5 memberships. Okay, you'll have access to members only content for a month, and then after that your badge will go away. It's up to you to decide if you'd like to buy it again, you know, on a monthly subscription. But so so my aggression. Why do I have an alarm? Oh, okay. All right. My aggression for October is my plan is to keep doing what I'm doing in the gym, which is 3 days a week of weight training. Remove dairy, but that's specific to me, because you see me like rubbing my nose on a stream. I don't even know if removing dairy is going to fix that. I think it's just like, I think I'm allergic to the world. I think I'm sensitive. Did Holly call me sensitive? I think she called me sensitive. I forgot. Something. But I gotta do something, right? And fasting. Okay, so what's the plan for the fasting? All right. So I don't consider OMAD or a 24-hour fast to be, because OMAD would be about 23 hours of fasting, and then there's a 24-hour fast. I would not consider that to be aggressive. Once a week, right? What I would consider to be aggressive is to do a 24-hour fast 2 times a week or more, or a 36+ hour fast, right? Once a week. And I think I'm going to lean more toward the 36. I have said this many times. I have said this many a times, but I got a different level of like motivation going on here. Hey, Kendricks. Hey, Kendricks. So I plan to do, okay, so for one, intermittent fasting, right? I plan to have a very strict eating schedule, because right now my eating is all over the place. So simply condensing my meal time into a particular window will help with hours of fat burning, right? So what I mean by that is, if you don't know why people intermittent fast, it's to keep your insulin low for an extended amount of hours before you eat again, which allows your body to go into fat burning, right? Or at least burning up excess glucose. So I'm thinking 6 hours. I'm thinking a 6 hour window. Which can be hard on a GLP-1 because when you live in a state of not being hungry, you kind of got to get in where you fit in with your calories. 36 is easier than 2 separate 24s. I would agree 100%. I would agree 100%. But it also depends on my activity level which is why I plan to do it during my 2 days where I have the lowest amount of activity, right? So my gym days are Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. I plan to start my fast on Saturday evenings after I've already worked out and eaten for the day, right? And then fasting until, what would that be? Monday morning? So if I start Saturday evening, I would be breaking my fast Monday morning, right? That's my plan. Don't know if that's how it's going to work out necessarily, but I plan to be more consistent and aggressive with my fasting. So for my intermittent fasting, I might have to do like a sliding window, right? Delicate, okay. Sensitive. I said sensitive, you said delicate. Okay. So I may have to do a sliding window. What that means by that is I don't eat before 12 o'clock. I'm picking 12 o'clock because that's just the time that works for me. But I can stop eating at 6 or 8 depending on my level of activity for that day. So a maximum of an 8-hour window, but I'm aiming for a 6, right? So let's say I have a really like fire leg day. I have a really, really fire leg day and I need that extra 2 hours to get more food in. I'd be perfectly fine with that. But I don't want to be having a coffee with cream and sugar at 10:30 and then having a meal at 1, having a snack at 3, having dinner at 6, having a snack at 8, having another coffee at 9. No, I don't want to keep snacking and sipping on caloric beverages throughout the day. I feel like that has slowed my progress down because every time you ingest calories or every time you stimulate insulin, any type of fat burning immediately stops. And most of it is going to happen overnight. So that's why I want my window to, at the latest, end by 8 p.m. because it'll give me time to, 1, digest my food and get into a fasted state while I'm sleeping. And then I have some time in the morning before I start eating again. For the non-fasters, you can just tune me out. I know y'all don't get it. I know y'all not about that life. But the intermittent fasters understand what I'm talking about. It's all about having an extended period of time where you have 0 calories so that you have 0 insulin stimulation. And if you have 0 insulin stimulation, you are able to more easily burn fat. Okay? So that's my plan. To stop eating all day. Like right now I eat small amounts throughout the day to get my calories in where I can fit them in. But I plan to stick to a strict window. The earliest 12 o'clock, the latest 8, preferably 2 to 8 or 12 to 6. Like preferably I'll stick within the 6 hours. And then when I get to the weekend, I can extend to a 36 hour. Does that sound unreasonable? To the non-fasters, it might sound unreasonable, but like to my fasting people, does that sound unreasonable? 1 36-hour fast per week for 30 days? That's fasting for 36 hours, 4 times. So like from 6 p.m. on I won't eat from 6 p.m. on Saturday. And see, that's the other thing, right? Because the reality is I'm not going to break my fast at 6 a.m. on Monday. Who's getting up at 6 a.m. to eat? Unless I'm extremely hungry, but it's like, who's eating at 6 a.m.? Not me. I'm not eating at 6 a.m. So, I mean, like if I'm really hungry, I will, but I'm never hungry at 6 a.m. But after a 36-hour fast, I might be. And quiet as kept, I'd rather like maybe 8. Maybe 8 would be better. Maybe 8 would be better. That way I can start my I can break my fast at 8 a.m. But even that, it's just like, oh. Hold on, my sound is gonna sound bad for a second while I put my phone on the charger. Oh wait, that's the wrong charger. Hold on. I have no idea. I wonder if these headphones are charged. If not, then I gotta go get my other pair. Let's see. Are these charged? Can you guys hear me? Yes. Says I'm connected. How do I sound? Can you guys hear me? How do I sound? How do I sound? How do I sound? How do I sound? So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm trying to lose 14 pounds in October. Oh well, hold on. I still have to do my final weigh-in for the Venetian 30, so it may not be a full 14, which would be really great because I started out September at 185. I'm now at 183. My final weigh-in is Monday. My final weigh-in is Monday on the 29th. Because me and my cousin decided to start on Monday instead of waiting until the 1st, which is on a Wednesday. So the Venetian 30 is ending technically on the 29th instead of the 30th. I'll do my final weigh-in. So I may only have we'll see. I may only have 12, 13 pounds. I don't know. But I'm aiming to get to 160. Oh God, I can't. That doesn't even sound real. I'm aiming to get to 169 pounds by the end of October. That doesn't even. Can we guys, really? If I feel dizzy, what am I going to do? At what point? If I'm in a 36-hour fast, is that what you mean, Holly? If I'm in a 36-hour fast? 14 sounds aggressive. It is. It's incredibly aggressive. I'm not going to be devastated if I don't meet it, but I think the fasting will get me there. If I was just calorie cutting, I don't think I could make it to 14 pounds in a month. But like I said, I feel like I can afford that because I'm 50 pounds overweight. I'll be okay. After 2 pounds of not losing weight, I'll be okay if I lose. I'll be okay if I lose 14 pounds in a month. But then the following month might be 4 pounds. I'm okay. I know that that's probably going to be my reality. Or my reality may be I only lose about 8 pounds, which is healthy weight loss, right? 2 pounds a week. But I'm aiming to be incredibly aggressive. And the reason why I'm shooting so high is because I know how fast the weight drops with the fasting, right? Once you start fasting beyond 24, 30 hours, the fat burning gets incredibly aggressive. The fluid loss gets incredibly aggressive. It gets very aggressive. It gets very aggressive. But my calorie cutting won't be aggressive, right? That's another thing. I plan to eat at maintenance. Maintenance for me, I think, is 1,800 calories. When is the last time you guys have tracked your daily expenditure? Holly, are you referring to dizzy while fasting? I've never been fasting and been dizzy, but if I did get dizzy, I would increase my electrolytes. So one, you have the option of stopping, but two, if you are more experienced, then you have the option of just increasing your electrolytes. So some people will put salt in their water. Some people will cut the water fasting off and introduce bone broth, which is very, very close to water fasting, but not quite. But the point of the bone broth is the sodium. Some people may take an electrolyte supplement. Some people may rest. Some people may hydrate, or you could just stop. But I haven't experienced dizziness on a fast. Now, with being on a GLP-1 and having strict blood sugar control, I would focus on my electrolytes. If I feel like I'm in danger, I'll just stop. But I doubt it. I lost 14 pounds in July. I can do so. So you can do it. Yeah, like I would never aim for 14 pounds per month. But like I said, I had a 2-month break. I haven't lost any weight. So my body has been in like a state of homeostasis for at least 8 weeks. And I know like when I would fast before, like a 36-hour, like I can not wake up, but I can come out of a 36-hour fast 2 to 3 pounds lighter. Or I'll say 1 to 2, or 1 to 3, 1 to 3 pounds lighter. Easily. So doing that 4 times in a month alone I could get 8 to 10 pounds off from fasting alone if I commit to it, which I haven't been willing to do. But if I committed to it, I could get 10 pounds off just from the fasting. But I'm planning to do other things. I'm planning to fast. I'm planning to work out. I'm planning to cut dairy. But I'm doing all of this. The trick is to do all of this without cutting my calories. That's the trick. The trick is to do all of this without cutting my calories. So let me see what my maintenance is. I think it's 1,800. But I probably could afford to eat a little bit more because I'll be working out. That's if I can get it down. I'm not gonna lie. Since working out more, I have been more hungry. I can eat more. TDEE. When's the last time well, not everybody counts calories. Do y'all do that? Do y'all calculate y'all expenditure, the trackers? The people that like to track, do y'all calculate and then recalculate your expenditure, your daily expenditure? TDEE calculator. Right. Okay, last time you checked was when you hit 50 pounds. Okay. So I'm going to go female, 29, 183 last time I checked. 5'3.5", but they don't give me a half option. And you pick sedentary because sedentary because you want to know what your expenditure is with very little activity, right? Because if you start adding on how active you are, it's going to be wild. Like a lot of this stuff is inaccurate anyway, but it's a good ballpark. If you start adding in your workout, we're all so different that it's going to be wildly inaccurate. So you want to pick sedentary when you do this. You don't want to pick light exercise, moderate exercise, heavy. You don't want to pick that because that's going to be like the way we burn is also different, right? So that's the thing about calories, which we're going to talk about it when we revisit Dr. Jason Fung. Calories are wildly inaccurate anyway, but if you like to track, it's not the worst thing in the world. Need to check it again. Okay, so let's see. My maintenance is 1829. Okay, that's my maintenance. So that's where I plan to stay. That's what I plan to eat. Do I think I'll meet 1,800 calories every day? No, I'm going to try to though. But some days are imperfect, being on a GLP-1, some days you just ain't feeling it. Like speaking of 36 hours, in the video that I posted, if you guys haven't seen it, make sure you go watch it. It's 5 minutes. It's real quick. It's a quick little update. But in that video, I hadn't had a meal in 36 hours. And this 10 milligram is a gift from the up above. I was not trying to fast, and I wasn't fasting because I had been drinking calorie dense coffees during that time. I was super busy. I was traveling. I kept forgetting to eat, and I was completely unaffected by it. I was not lightheaded. I was not dizzy. When I say my blood sugar control was so tight, like that, this 10 milligram is different. It is different. Like, this 10 milligram is in charge. This 10 milligrams Zepbound is in charge. And when I say my blood sugar was tight, the reason that I know that is because I didn't get symptoms of being hypoglycemic. So I wasn't tracking my blood sugar. But, when you get low blood sugar, you start to get hangry, right? So a lot of times people associate hangriness with hunger, when a lot of the time it's not really necessarily hunger. It's that your blood sugar is crashing. So that happens whether you're on a GLP-1 or not, but you know what I mean? So yeah, so I went a day and a half, like my last meal, it was something to the effect of my last meal was at like 6 p.m. on a Saturday, and I didn't eat again until like 11 a.m. on Monday, but the whole time I was like drinking coffee and water and maybe like some juice or whatever. So I was having calories, but I was completely unaffected. I didn't get moody. My blood sugar didn't crash. Like I was coasting. I mean, I would say once I got to Monday, I started to feel a little like my mood was down, and I was like, maybe I just need to eat something. But I wasn't hungry. I wasn't hungry at all. So I did eat. You was on a 10 milligram for 4 months. Okay. Man. If this 10 milligram, and I know this is not going to happen, but if this 10 milligram could treat me the way it's treating me for the rest of my life, I would be forever changed. What food addiction? What food addiction? What sugar addiction? Let me tell y'all something, and then we'll get back to the fasting and wrap up with the fasting. I've lost interest in eating, but not in a bad way. Not in like I don't have food aversion. I don't have food aversion. I have experienced that. I don't have food aversion. I just don't care. Oh, I got a cramp. That's what I get for laughing. I feel like something kicked me in the stomach when I said that. My organs got upset with me. But like, ever since being on this 10 milligram, now, not the first week, it took a couple weeks for it to build up in my system. So by the time I got to the 4th injection, it dawned on me that I literally don't care about food anymore. I don't care. If I work out, I will get hungry. I get hungry, I eat. But like unprovoked, I don't care about food. I'm not disgusted by it. I'm not averse to it. I'm not anti-eating. I just no interest. I don't care. Like, that's how I could easily not eat for a day and a half and be completely unaffected. I am surprised that I didn't get the symptoms of low blood sugar. Like, I'm very surprised by that. But like, probably because I was still having calories. That's probably why. But like, I have no interest in food. Let me tell y'all something. Remember I showed y'all the Snickers on one of my last streams? I've given up on the Snickers. I had been eating Snickers for about like once a week, maybe twice a week for about 3 or 4 weeks. And not once did I enjoy it. I kept trying to enjoy it. It wasn't enjoyable. It wasn't nasty. It didn't do anything for me. Like, it was not rewarding at all. It was not interesting. It was not. So I kept leaning toward it because I was just excited to have a gluten-free snack that, like a blast from the past that I enjoyed, and find out it was gluten-free. And I was like, oh, yay. My nose is turning red, guys. It's turning red. So I was just excited to have a blast from the past, like something that I had given up that I found out I can actually enjoy and not really affect me. And I couldn't even, it wasn't enjoyable. And I think that's because of the 10 milligram. I was just like, I was like, why do I keep buying this? It's not even good. It's not even good. Any other side effects? Diarrhea came back temporarily. I think I'm now like even easing into constipation. I'm not sure because I was pretty regular on the 7.5. I was very, very regular. Like the 7.5, when I got to brand 7.5, it started out with diarrhea and then it regulared out. It evened out. I just became regular. So switching to the 10, I had like a brief stint of like diarrhea, very brief. And now I don't know what my body's doing. Did it taste the same? Some foods just don't taste as good to me at times. I think that taste is also associated with like a dopamine hit that we're used to, that we're not necessarily aware of in a moment. And it just didn't taste. Remember, I just had a whole fit about sugar, right? When I went to Europe, like I had a whole fit because I couldn't find my Americanized sweet deliciousness goodness. But so this is supposed to be like a big deal. Like, ooh, I can have Snickers. It was just like, did it taste no, it really wasn't that good. Maybe it just didn't taste. I don't know. It really wasn't that good. It really wasn't that good. You lost all interest in sweets as soon as you took your first shot. You're lucky. Now, I still like sweet coffee. I still like sweet coffee, but like that fit that I was having in August about the sweets, now it's like I don't even get it anymore. It's like I don't even understand what all of that was about. I know it was about my sugar addiction, but now it's like, what addiction? I'm pretty sure if you put me back on a 7.5, it'll be like, oh, that addiction. But like since being on the 10 milligram, I'm like addicted to food. Now, as I get used to it, some of my old feelings might come back. But right now, I am in such a sweet spot. I am like coasting on this 10 milligram. It is perfection. And I really enjoyed the 7.5. Well, I enjoyed the 5 more than the 7.5, but I did enjoy the 7.5. This 10 is perfect. It is perfection. It is perfection. Now, I'm not opposed to titrating up if I so need to, but hopefully I can get to my goal on the 10 milligram so I can do my maintenance at the 10. The 10 is so perfect. I don't even want to go to a 12.5. Like if I have to titrate up, I would expect to be on a 12.5 for about a month and just go up to the 15. Like I don't even want to go to another half dose because I'm like, why would I even waste my time? Now I would do it, but in my mind, I'm just like, it's such a waste of time. But yeah, the 10 milligram it's been perfection. It's been perfect. I don't need to ride the wave of shot day. Oh, you know what? Now I know there was some controversy with Countess. I never heard her say it, but you guys were telling me that she would say things like she rides the wave of her shot. So like because she's not hungry, she would purposefully not eat. I get why some people would be like weirded out by that or offended by that. It doesn't really bother me. I would just look at it as a fast. Maybe the context is poor, but whatever. I don't feel the need to do that, but it just dawned on me, my shot day is Saturday. And I just talked about starting my fast on Saturday. So I might be unintentionally riding a wave, which is not necessarily true because I don't really feel like the real true impact from my shot until the next day. I don't feel it right away. Like feeling it right away the same day used to happen when I was first getting started. Now it takes about a day for me to really, really like get into like, man, like what is food? Who wants to eat? What's that? So Kim, it took me getting to the 10 milligram to not crave sugar. Wow. So can you guys tell me at what dose did you finally stop craving sugar? Oh my God. Now I wish more like some other people were here so they could answer this question. Like Delilah, Jen, some others. At what dose did y'all stop craving sugar? I think Nicole said her very first dose. It took me getting to the 10 milligram. Does that mean I had a significant sugar addiction or have a significant sugar addiction? Oh my gosh. But anyway, so the plan for October is for me to eat at maintenance, which is about 1,800 calories a day. Eat between the hours of 12 and 8, preferably 12 and 6 or 2 and 8, like preferably 6 hours within that 12 to 8 range. But if I need a little more time, but I should not be eating food after 8 p.m. I work until 1 a.m. So mentally that's hard because I get bored and I want to eat. That's going to be difficult, but for the month of October, I should not be eating beyond 8 o'clock. Okay. My Zyrtec is not working. My nose is so itchy. It's probably not going to work unless I take it for like 2 days now because I haven't taken it in so long. See, that's why I should be taking it every day. 5 milligram. Okay. Wow. Okay. So it took me getting to the 10 milligram. Okay. The other thing is continuing on with my exercise and incorporating some more aggressive fasting. 36 hours at least once a week, at least. I think that will clear the 10 pound mark for me. I think that will help me clear 10 pounds off in the next month. But I'm aiming for 14 because I'm vain and I want to be out of the obese category. I mean, I'm going to get there eventually, but so what? I'm rushing a little bit. And it's been a year. like, I haven't spent no part of the past year being aggressive or rushing. Well, this last 40, my body's going to make me fight for it. So I'm putting up a fight. Is 14 pounds in a month realistic? No. Do I care? Not really. Would I recommend it? No. Am I going to aim for it anyway? Yes. Will I achieve it? Maybe, maybe not. Is it possible? Yes. Will I hurt myself by doing it? No. Make sense? I'm excited. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. Most of my updates are going to be for the members. Because I want to do like regularly. I want to do regular updates. And I also want to give more members only content, specifically because people have gifted memberships and their memberships are going to be up after 30 days. So I want to give you guys a little incentive to keep your memberships after they're up. The gifted ones are up. 7.5 milligrams. Zep has finally turned down the sugar cravings. Dark chocolate bars and peanut butter M&Ms are my weakness. I don't think I've ever had a peanut butter M&M. You mean peanut butter, right? Not peanut M&Ms, because I think they have both. You know what? You know what's so interesting about this? So I gave up candy back in June because I couldn't moderate it. I gave up candy, and I haven't eaten it since. I don't think, and I've been missing it too. Now, since being on a similar ground, I don't even miss it no more. And I think if I had it now, I probably wouldn't even be that big of a deal. And this 10 milligram is really giving me some perspective on some things. It's really giving me some, like, I feel like I have so much more control. I would really hate, like, I would really hate to get so used to this dose that, like, I have to titrate up. I'm not anti-titrating up. I just really, really like this 10 milligram. I really, really like it. I like it a lot. I really, really like it. Whatever. So that's the plan for October. So as far as the question of can you guys join, of course you can. I'm gonna share it, but it's not a very neatly laid out plan that's super easy to follow. You know what I mean? So one, it depends on how you feel about fasting. And it depends on how good. Why is everything dying on me? It depends on how good you are at sticking to a plan, because you know we're all different and we have somewhat different goals. So it's like, that's why it was fun. It was actually fun to talk about the people trying to gain weight for September. Like the people that it was fun for a month to talk about the people that aren't even trying to lose weight anymore. You know what I mean? That was nice. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. I really did. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. I'm looking forward to it. We got, even though October is on Wednesday, I will be starting on the 29th. I'll be starting on Monday. So as of Monday, I won't be having any dairy. I will be continuing on with my weight training. And my first 36-hour fast will be Saturday, the 4th. Ooh, I might come on here complaining and crying. So the people that fast now, have y'all found it easier to fast since being on Zepbound? Because I haven't found it to be easier. It should be easier, but I haven't found it to be easier. Maybe now that I'm on the 10, it will be, considering the experience I just had with not being hungry. But I don't necessarily find it to be easier. And it's because I'm not motivated. I'm not motivated to fast. So I'm just like, I don't, like, if I want to eat, you know, I don't know. What do I eat? Like, if I want to have a cup of coffee with cream at 9:30 at night, you know what I mean? It's like, whatever. That's how I've been living. And I need to stop that because I'm getting in my own way. I'm definitely getting in my own way with that. It's definitely been easier. Gonna try to incorporate some form of fasting in October. Not sure if I'll try a 36-hour one though. You have a lot of options, Kim. Have you ever fasted before? You have a ton of options. You have a ton of options. The reason that I picked 36 is because I used to do 36 regularly when I first started fasting a few years ago, and then I stopped. Like, I lost my motivation to do it, but it's an incredibly powerful tool, and it's not just for seeing the scale go down, because one, somebody mentioned earlier, it's very effective for visceral fat. That's for one. Because let me tell y'all this, right? There's something, I wish I could get the point across how powerful and important fasting is, even if you don't do a 36 hour. But like, why someone would pick a 36. I'm not good at getting the point across. But like, the things that your body decides to do when you stop eating are more beneficial than harmful. That's for one, right? And I feel that when it comes to fat burning, fasting is more efficient than calorie cutting. Calorie cutting for fat burning, it's kind of sloppy, right? It's like, to me, it's like a little bit of a sloppy approach, whereas like your body's just pulling from anywhere because you're not eating enough. So you may lose a little bit of muscle, you may lose some fat, you may lose some fluid, some this and that. But when you're fasting and certain hormones are triggered or others are turned off, it's a very targeted approach, right? So like, your body goes through a very specific series of steps. So like, you stop eating, your body goes through burning through the glucose in the blood, not all of it, right? But using what's readily available first, and then it goes to your muscles to get the stored glucose there, because you're still not eating. And then it's like, okay, what's next? Then it goes to the liver to get the stored glucose that's there. And then once the liver is done, like once the liver is depleted, the body's like, okay, well, now what do we do? Because you're not eating anything. What do we do? That's when it starts to get into the fat burning. Like, okay, well, but not just any type of fat. Like, it starts to attack the fat in and around the organs. It's almost like the body has a checklist. It's almost like the body has a checklist of like what to prioritize. Fasting is phenomenal. Dr. Fung, I love Dr. Fung. I used to binge watch him years ago when I first learned about it. I recently watched one of his videos. It was very interesting and did make sense. Yeah, like when you give your body 24 hours or more uninterrupted, so meaning you only drink water, it does some amazing things, because it's supposed to and because it wants to. It does some amazing, amazing, amazing things. And honestly, quiet as kept, I think that people that lose weight from calorie cutting look different from people that lose weight from fasting. And the reason that I say that is, I am going to use myself as an example, but this doesn't have to apply to everybody. But every single time I lost weight with fasting, I yo-yo diet, like not yo-yo dieted, but I would, let's say, yo-yo fast. Like, I would fast till I got to about 20 pounds off, and then I would stop. And then I would fast to get off, and I would stop. I never had issues with my skin. I never had loose skin. I never had, fat loss under the eyes like I have now. My waist would get smaller, my thighs would get smaller, my stomach would get smaller. Maybe my breasts would get smaller. Like, I would get the fat would burn off. It felt evenly, and my skin would be so protected. Man, I get on Zepbound, and I love Zepbound. I'm Zepbound Groupie. But I started using tirzepatide, and most of my weight loss came from calorie cutting, because you're forced to cut calories. And yeah, the weight came off, but it came off incredibly differently. My skin looks completely different. I'm losing fat in areas that I typically don't like under the eye. Like some of it is normal, but like if I show you pictures of me constantly gaining and losing weight, mostly from fasting was my weight loss approach, I never had significant like dark circles or like hollowness under the eyes. And you can see it more now that my light is not turned on. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's much more noticeable than it's ever been. As far as my arms, I've never in my life had this. Never. Now, y'all got me. I started complaining about loose skin. Y'all were like, that's not skin, that's fat. Okay, fine, whatever. But my skin, my fat or my skin never separated. It never hang down from the muscle before. That like it just didn't do that. Never. It never did that. And I think that the reason I never had that problem before was because of the fasting. So when I would aggressively fast, I would get into a state of autophagy, which is like a self-eating state for your cells, where the body will start to use up damaged or old, or it'll start to recycle cells, right? And with that, your skin, like the quality of like the elasticity and the quality of your skin is like preserved, right? So the sag, like this comes from me losing some fat in here, right? But when I would fast, this would all like kind of shrink evenly. I can't explain it. So the skin and the fat would always like, they would shrink together. There was a togetherness. But now I'm starting to sag in places. Like my breasts are like completely deflated, which has never happened before. They're starting to flatten out. Now people always say, if you got 100 pounds to lose, there's going to be some loose skin. Do y'all know there's plenty of people that fast to get 100 pounds off and never have an ounce of loose skin? Plenty of people. Explain it. Dr. Fung explains it. Dr. Fung explains it well. There's something about the fasting which it's assumed to be the autophagy. So when you start fasting beyond like 24 hours, 36 hours, there's something about that process that preserves the skin. And that's been my experience. That's been my real life experience. So I want to get back into that. If y'all saying I ain't got loose skin, okay, fine, but I don't want to end up with it, okay? Like I want to try to preserve as much as my situation is possible, okay? So we'll see, but yeah, that's the plan. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because my phone's dying, my light's dying, everything's dying around me, and I have to continue with my unpacking. I will be at my current location for another couple of days, and then I'll be at a house sit. When I get to the house sit, I'll be much more equipped to do a proper live stream with StreamYard and everything. I could do it here, but it would be a pain in the ass because I don't have like room. I don't have a place to sit my laptop and then sit in front of it and then do everything that I need to do comfortably, okay? So as I continue to get settled in, I guess I will continue on with my verticals, and then I'll do my pre-uploads as well. So thank y'all for catching up with me. Thank you, Teddy, for the topic. I don't know if he heard it, but hopefully he'll catch the playback. And if Delilah is still live, you guys go check Delilah out, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.